Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. What do you hear? What do you say? What's good, fellas? Huh?
What's up, Mo,
What are
man?
we
My
doing,
dog.
man?
Oh, it's back.
My dog. Look at him.
Hey,
Look at him.
Paulie
Look
fresh out
at
like that, huh?
him. he
What
he
y'all
geeked
thought?
right there. I see you, brother.
Toughest brother out of Essex County, man. It's good to be back, man. Oh man, welcome to
good
Good
thing those boys from
Earners.
Columbus copped to that gun, man.
Yeah, straight up,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah, got me out of there, man. But welcome to Good Earners Reviewing the Sopranos, where we like to talk about family, finessing, finances, and feelings. In the world of Tony Soprano, bringing you a new perspective, a fly perspective, and a black perspective. My brothers have been able to they have held it down. I have thoroughly enjoyed these 3 episodes. They have been fire to me, and I definitely was jealous. I was like, dang, y'all coming up with good stuff. I wish I could be in there. But man, y'all have done a wonderful job, man. Y'all want to just share y'all experience briefly before we get into this episode?
What did you think listening? Tell the people what they've been listening for us the last 2 weeks. Give the people some perspective.
I mean,
Like, did we read your list? Did we read your anti-hero?
Yeah, I didn't read my list. I was gonna hit y'all. I was like, forget it. Forget about it.
Tell the people
forget
a little bit
about
about that. Nah, tell the people.
Do I still got I made a list for the anti-heroes. If y'all interested.
Like funny you say that. I got it right here. Since
yeah, funny. I'm glad you mentioned it. Let me pull up right. But I do have a list of anti-heroes that I feel dope about. But if y'all interested in that, y'all can hit us up on goodearnerpod@gmail.com or goodearners on _Sopranos on Instagram. But it was just I'm such a fan of both y'all already. So hearing y'all minds together work, it was a perfect chemistry, really. I mean, I know y'all got similar personalities, but like it was just a very interesting because I've always wondered what would it be like with just Spike and Rich. How does that go? And so it was just a really in this space, and it was just a real interesting, and it was enough differences in you two's personality that I felt sold it. Y'all definitely could sell it. So it worked for me, and I really enjoyed it.
Give me your number one anti-hero.
My number, I think I said Ghost, man. James St. Patrick.
Okay, James St. Patrick.
Yes, sir. I think I had right behind him Franklin Saint. So
you had your girl from How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, Annalise Keaton might have been in there. I had Dexter. Yeah, I can believe Dexter was in there, but
Franklin the villain, but it's all good.
Franklin the villain.
I think we talked about that.
Okay, all right. I ain't gonna get it to. I was about to say because the college thing. Remember the dream, the college you could have went to, I guess, but y'all might be right.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man.
right. Trying to ride that out, that good boy
story.
Oh, good boy, trying to ride that vibe out for so long.
Yeah, man, he'd have been killed 50, 11 niggas by then, man. That college shit over, man. That ain't the same nigga no more, man.
You're right. You so right, bro. But man, that is funny, bro. Trying to ride that out for so long.
But welcome back, man. For real, like welcome back, man. It feels good to have you back. Listening to another week in the books. I was geeked hearing the duo back, man. I told y'all top 5, man. Y'all up there with Quincy and Michael and them.
Oh man, wow.
Thank you. Yeah, man. But obviously doing this, man, we get back to the episodes. Mm-hmm. Perfect episode to come back on. This is such a great episode of Sopranos, Mo. one of the best episodes ever made. So
wow, look at him.
Absolutely 100% sarcastic.
This guy.
100%. Go figure this will be the episode Mo want to come back on.
Yeah, I'm about to hit you with this is one of the best episodes. I'll hit you with the repeat. Man. But yeah, exactly. But without further ado, let's get right into the episode. We open up into what seems to be
we don't got no Spike synopsis. We don't got none of that.
Been out of practice.
My man's been gone for a minute, man.
He's not getting their fingers pricked anymore. Not reading synopsis anymore. What's going on?
Spike, Mo still got the 45 on the jersey. He ain't back to 23 yet.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, man.
A little rusty. You're right.
I remember when you used to sit in the car. I remember when you used to sit in the
car. You got it. Y'all killed it, man. All right. My bad. How could we do it without Spike synopsis? Give it to us, brother.
This is season 4, episode 11. Finally getting back to it. Calling all cars. We open with a dream sequence. Yay. Tony is questioning his therapy session when asked about his dream. Bobby is having a hard time getting over Karen. New York questions Tony about the HUD scheme, and things heat up between Jersey and New York. Paulie and Johnny have a conversation. Vic the appraiser has some new business instruction, and Tony does some back channeling in Miami. Seal and Tony wonder how much Paulie is talking, and Tony possibly ends his sessions with Melfi. This was season 4, episode 11, titled Calling All Cars.
We're back. Thank you, sir. As you said in the synopsis, we open up into the car ride, which is a dream sequence, and we see in the dream that Carmela is driving, Ralph is in the passenger seat with a caterpillar on his head that becomes a butterfly. Gloria asks if he wants to take it for a test drive, and then Svetlana pops up, and then Tony wakes up. We y'all know how, if y'all have listened to the show or if this is your first time, we're not really big into dream sequences. I've said I still think they're needed to make this show as diverse and vast as it is, but we're just not huge fans of it. But if there's anything, any piece, something interesting, or anything y'all take from this, for whatever it's worth, by any means.
The only thing interesting to me that the song "Tears of a Clown" was playing on the radio.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. We obviously the sad clown theory that he talks to Melfi about. That's the only interesting piece that I found from it. Obviously, we get a little bit more insight from Melfi's session about what his dream might mean. But other than that, you know, you guys know how much we love dream sequences here at Good Earners.
I have literally nothing to add.
I figured that. I'm gonna try to get extra deep here on the dream sequence. It's like, but I mean, Carmela driving, interesting thing. I kind of took from it, like, no matter what's going on, no matter who's in the passenger seat, Carmela's gonna be driving. She's gonna go forward with Tony in the passenger seat, Ralph. No matter who it is, she's gonna go forward, which I think speaks to things of season 6. But I think that kind of part of it. I mean, the caterpillar turned butterflies, like Ralph's transformed. He's no longer here with us. Whatever, facing that reality. The Svetlana thing, yeah, it's kind of keeping us reminded of what we learned last episode, and kind of like what Rick said. And that's about it. I do like how it was shot, though. I will say that. Very Twin Peakish. So we go to Tony and Melfi, and Tony talks about the dream with Melfi, and he goes into it.
Hey, I ain't a foot nigga, but Melfi got the open toes this episode, man. Does she normally wear the open toe shoes?
This is the scene, because
No. I happen to notice it. That's why I started with it. I'm not one of them.
You know what you might be? No,
there's some foot niggas out there, and I ain't one of them. I ain't no shame. I ain't shaming y'all.
Nah, you ain't shaming me. I think you might be right.
It stood out.
I don't take offense to it.
Hey, y'all niggas different, man.
I get it. Of course, I'm always in the party alone. This is what you guys coming for Mo's kinks. Like every time, like it's always some kind of way. But you might be right, bro. I think now that you say it, it's always closed toe, it's always closed heel. So that is a very interesting thing, and I think it's even more interesting later in the episode. But
maybe it's one of those signs. The more uncomfortable Tony gets, the more comfortable Melfi getting. I don't know. I'm definitely reaching, but still.
Okay, I like that.
It's just one of those things that I've noticed, like, damn, Melfi got the open toes. She comfortable. Like, she look like she about to go grab a couple drinks after this session. She might invite Tony, depending on how she feel.
I mean, you know, because I feel like they're very intentional about Melfi's clothing. I think everybody, but I think Melfi specifically. I think if you go back to season 1 versus now, that school teacher vibe versus like this, you know, I think they're intentional about her fit. So I think there's something there. What did y'all get from this conversation? Him kind of talking about the dream and this obviously thing, and Tony being in therapy for 4 years, and kind of downplaying the progress he's made.
It seems like this is becoming more tedious than anything to him. It seems like he don't feel like it's serving him anymore, especially with what happened with Ralph. He mentioned it, like, my impulses, you're supposed to be helping me with that. I'm doing shit to jeopardize. Like, it just seems like he doesn't see the purpose in this anymore for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when there's no panic attacks anymore. You know, if we remember, that's the main reason he went back or started going to therapy, so he can stop those panic attacks. Then he ended up realizing how much of a strategical advantage it could be. started learning. So I think he even alluded to that this episode. And now it's just kind of like, man, I'm just here because I got to be it. This feel like some court order shit. Like I don't want to be here anymore. So me sitting here talking about my dreams and shit, this is the last place that I'm trying to be. And I got much more important things. Something Spike always mentions too. Each season, the writers, without letting us know, they let us know where Tony is in life as far as his big dog status. And now it's really like, yo, I'm big dog, big dog. I ain't got time for this shit. So what are we doing here? Like I can do a million other things. Talk about a caterpillar on this nigga head and Carmella driving this old Cadillac. Like what? I don't even feel like doing the work of understanding what it's about. Just tell me so I can see if it's something that's helpful or not.
Yeah, the thing is too with Tony, these sessions, I think it's definitely David Chase speaking through the character, but probably not fan service because David Chase. He obviously we know about Valerie the Russian when he found out when there was a statement made, he pulled the whole storyline. But it just seemed like in some ways like he's speaking to how some of us may have felt, not for our service, but in a way that if he was on the other side viewing it, maybe we would feel that way as far as Tony's progress in these constant therapy sessions. But I honestly think without the therapy sessions, Tony wouldn't be, he wouldn't have been boss that long. I just don't think so. I think this is what levels his condition is by being able to speak openly, to gather his thoughts. That's what makes him, I think, with his condition, like we seen how Livia turned out, how his father, I think without that, having the condition that will get diagnosed later in the series, he doesn't make it this long. He just said right here, 4 years. So it's like, okay, so we started to get a timeline of how long he's been in therapy and kind of how long he's been boss, even when he was unofficial. So it's just an interesting thing. And I was just trying to figure out where his frustration was. Was it the Ralph kill that he's frustrated? Is it the Christopher problem? It just kind of was like all over the place, which is typical human, thing. So I don't know.
It is funny when he talked about his dad, Johnny Boy, and talked about how, his dad would have never had, he'd have never went for Carmella driving, men in the front, women in the back. He talked about, women should be in a little cart, like in the cartoons and shit. It makes me think, or it makes me realize how I think Carmella this entire season, her independence, her wanting to know more information, the ins and outs. I think that's when he reminisces about the old days and what that's like. He longs for that. Like, why are we changing the routine? Like, there are some things from the old days that we should still be doing, and that's one of them. And I think that's probably part of it as far as what he's bringing up. So he's still getting some valuable stuff, but more right now it's just more like a vent session. If he could talk to the guys about this, he would, but he can't. So this is kind of what he's there for. It's no longer about like self-satisfaction. It's more so, here's what's pissing me off.
Okay. That's a great pull too.
It is. Yep.
We'll go to the next scene, a brief scene. Bobby at his kids, I think Sophia, I believe is her name, softball game, and he has a cake for the late past Karen. And then we get that set up for the next scene where Bobby's at Karen's grave with the cake, and he's burying the cake. Anything y'all want to add to that, man?
No,
grief is real.
Is this Bobby? The same Bobby Spike Lee be caping for? The same Bobby.
That's why they had to break him all the way down, man. They had to put him all the way down here.
Yeah.
And have Janice more like I think this is more for Janice.
Yeah.
For us as viewers than it is anything else. Like the depths that she able to bring him back from, and kind of showing a different light on her character, which we'll get into.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, man, that's this is one of those interesting episodes where Tony and everything he got going on is the B plot.
Yes.
Oh, it is the B plot, isn't it?
It's the B plot, man. This episode is 100% about Bobby and Janice. It's about Janice taking over in Bobby's life. And we don't really get too many episodes where somebody outside of Tony has the A plot storyline. But that's what we get this episode. So it's funny. It's funny seeing Tony just in the background while we focus on. I don't know if he's ever spent this much intricate time with Bobby or any character like that, where we would be seeing them at the grave site and burying the cake and interested in their feelings and things like that. We
got Christopher's. We got some, we got your
the
Silvio episode that was Christopher. We got the D girl with Christopher Montesanti. We got a few of those. I will ask, what is y'all if Tony's the B plot, what character would y'all be okay with if they were driving the A plot?
In this episode, or
just in general? Like if you was like, oh, if Tony's gonna be the B this episode, they're gonna focus somewhere else. What character would y'all? Because even Carmela's had an A plot at one point.
Johnny.
We don't get it, Johnny.
Johnny would be it would be a great A plot.
Yeah.
And we got it a little bit when they was
with the weight
issue.
Yeah.
We got it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. That's a really good
even now with all of the stuff going on, I would have loved to know more so about the conversations about, and we'll get to the next scene, but how they came up with that percentage and you know what they thought their leverage was. Well, what they thought happened to Ralph. We don't know what New York happened to Ralph.
That would be my same answer. But yeah, but all of them, honestly, any character for the most part, I'm not shying away as long as it's not AJ.
Yeah, big facts.
I'm not shying away from
who I least want it to be. Yeah, I tell you who I least want it to be. Exactly.
Yeah. And we got a little bit of that with the whole Devin episode and going to the crib and his friends, and
that was.
I wouldn't call that an A plot, but yeah, man.
Down neck. Yeah, I think I'd like that. I mean, I'm gonna throw somebody super random, Little Carmine. See, Little Carmine just high because he's making money. I would be interested.
A grown up AJ.
It's crazy that I always forget going into the series because you know about Little Carmine, you hear about him. I forget this is the first episode we meet him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I think it was just because his dumbness. I would love to see how he gets through this. Like he's anyway. But yeah,
every time I think about Little Carmine, I think of.
Not dumb, but he's not as smart as he thinks he is. Kind of like
he's a schmuck.
Not to mention scumbag.
Every time I think of Little Carmine, there's an episode early next season. I'm not gonna spoil and say who it was, but they're at a funeral, and him and Johnny get into it at the funeral, and just you could tell he ain't got no grip on the situation.
Oh yeah. I know
at all. About. You know what I mean? He got he's threatened and all types of stuff, man. Him and Johnny. Yeah, it's a very interesting scenario. But Lil Carmine, he's a funny character.
He definitely he got one of the funniest lines to me that I cry about every time. It's the most popular Carmine line ever, and it's anyways. But so yeah, so that's pretty much it. Bobby buries the cake at her grave. What a sweetheart. We go to the next episode. Tony has a sit down with Carmine and Johnny. And they pulling out the big guns, buddy. Like they ain't going for no. Like Tony's by himself. No Sil. It still ain't even innocent. It's just Tony. Like so they didn't pull his collar on some like, hey yo, like we need to holler at you. Just ASAP. Yeah, just you. So this is. I mean, I guess they're trying to get money back because of the zoning of the HUD scheme.
We want a 40% position. I mean, 40% 60-40. Everything you make moving forward is 60-40.
You think that money's spent already?
It ain't about to spend money. They let him have it. Anything that you make moving forward,
it's residual.
No, residual would mean they're gonna get paid on it forever. All they trying to say is you made a deal behind our back with our mans. We let you get by and not paying us all of this time. So since you ain't been paying us this whole time, we want a bigger split. We want 40% moving forward of everything that you do, because this is both our mans. We're going to look over all that you made. We're going to look over all of that shit. Like, even though you did us wrong, but we're going to have a real high asking price because you violated.
This is of the appraiser?
40% of, when the black dude, when the black dude was, and they were doing the whole thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Buying those houses. Everything that you make from that moving forward, anytime you do that, we want 40% of it.
Oh, they're going to continue this scheme. This wasn't just
that's what they've been doing. That's why they upset, because they. If you remember,
really what put Tony on another level. Like this.
Remember the last things. Yeah, remember the last episode we did. He had to stop with I can't remember her name. The one he took from Ralph. The Gumar he took. Valentina. Remember, he stopped on the way to dinner and met with Johnny Sack. Maybe he was upset about having to even meet. Like, that's when it kind of came to his light. Like, listen, man, like, we've already told you about this. Here, we hearing you making another deal. Like, where's our cut? We share Zeller. Like, and that's what Carmine told him. Every time you do a deal, there is no such thing as this is a good look for me. nah, that's a good look for us.
That's our man's. We introduced you. Like, ain't no way around you giving us a kickback on this.
Yeah, so if you just cruising the street one day and you come across a good deal, you should automatically know 40% of this going to them. Like, you can make the play, but no, 40% is going to this. And don't try to hide it either.
Yeah. And point of this got to what we always talk about of them looking at Tony as, or New Jersey as just a glorified crew. Because I don't think they would have this ask of another New York family. They wouldn't have this ask even if like they wouldn't look at it as this is split property. But because you're Jersey and we're New York, ain't nothing you're gonna be able to do dolo. Like, we the big brother. Yeah. Every time something happen, I need to be in on this.
What Rock tell Lou? I already owned your piece. You know what I'm saying? Everything you own, I own. You know what I'm saying? Now I got a piece of crown shit too. Like, everything you do, I gave you, bro. That's how New York looks at New Jersey. Everything y'all do, I'm allowing y'all to earn in Jersey. Y'all think y'all really one of these big dogs. Yeah, y'all at the kids' table every Thanksgiving. If we had a meetings of the minds, y'all wouldn't be invited. Y'all little niggas. Yeah, you would be in the car.
You be in the car.
5 families meet, y'all in the car.
Making sure the cars
happen. Yeah, we'll tell y'all what happened once everything roll. We'll tell you what y'all need to know, actually.
Yeah, tell you what you need to know.
Actually, y'all in the small car behind the car.
Good pull, Mo.
Nah, they like getting a Debo on when Debo and Smokey, for the Friday reference, where they go there. He said, "Man, yeah, me and Debo got $250. Now I got about $250. Yeah, that's definitely what New York is doing. Like, nah, we got about.
I told y'all one of my favorite Jadakiss lines, man. I tell you what, I want you to know. Fuck what you ask me. Like, nigga, don't ask no questions. Yeah. Like, this is the info you getting.
Yes, this is
great. Yeah, I like that, man. Y'all body there. That's some real New York.
They really be little nigga in them. They're really respectful. They're really respectful about it too.
Yeah, they are, and that's what makes it worse.
But Tony did a good job. Tony did do a good job of, like, y'all got me fucked up though.
Yeah,
absolutely. You got to
do me, like, y'all not gonna hit me for 40%, bro. Like, this is my plan. I came across it with Carmela's cousin. I just put the pieces in place. Dolo, like, nah, y'all got me fucked up.
Egregious. That's egregious. An egregious ask.
Yeah. And then Tony insinuates that Ralph is missing. Maybe y'all or Johnny know something about this, which is just an interesting, like, kind of divert thing where he still got to ride out the lie. Like, you just murked him, bro. What was this, 2 episodes ago? 2, 3 episodes, bro. You whacked him, bro. And you're like the consistent, like, this guy, top tier level liar. Like, the consistency, or by the way, since y'all still ask for money, I ain't going for the 40. Man, where's Ralph at? Yeah, y'all tell me. Like, still right. Like, he believes it at this point. This dude is a psycho. Like, he believes it at this point. Like, yeah,
got to.
Man, I can't remember what movie that was. Yeah, they said they ain't seen. I can't remember. Anyways. We go to the Bacala.
I like that brief interaction afterwards when he walked out too, like, about what we expected. I like that they didn't think that it was just gonna go over well. We're gonna take these 40%, even though we talking all this shit about them being little brother. They still know that Tony got moxie.
Yeah, it seems like it's proper channels to make that transaction happen. It seems like it's not just necessarily.
We'll start at 40. We'll try to end up somewhere around 25, 20.
Because these are all, like, by word agreements. There's no contractual things in the mob. Like, so it's all, like, kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
everything's negotiable and moving. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting scene that they put in there. But we at the Bacala family dinner, and you know, everything's going kosher, and you know, Bobby's not really hungry, and Janice gets some Outback. What? Oh, Bobby not really being hungry. That is crazy. You're right. Bobby leave. He asked to be excused, and he leaves the table. And
carry out Outback is crazy.
Yeah. The styrofoam is crazy. The styrofoam is pretty crazy. Like, carrying that joint back and trying to, like,
4 steaks to go. How much you think this meal costs?
And she got and the sides.
It's the money that Tony gave her about Ralph.
That $3,000 to answer all the questions.
This is what this came.
You're right.
From,
yeah, you're right.
It's definitely
Outback
at least
takeout is crazy,
especially if they tip. It's about 150, maybe a little bit less. Who knows? 4 steaks.
I was thinking about
some sides. Yeah,
4 steaks, family size. Probably got some dessert. If you know Bobby, they got the appetizers because they talked about the blooming onion.
They saw the blooming onion on the table. Yeah.
Well, she said
about 200.
She said she spent she spent $30 alone on sides. So maybe it ain't as much as we think it is, y'all. Only because it's the
think
it's the
that's a
early
lot, though.
2000s maybe, so it could be.
$30 on size is a lot.
The steak's
I mean,
20
how
a
much-
pop, at
Oh,
least.
20 a
At
pop. Okay,
least.
yeah.
At
all right.
least.
Hey,
All right.
30 for the size is about 110. Then the
20 a pop.
appetizers, you probably talking
All
about $25, about 145.
Huh.
Delivery fee, probably about 10.
Ain't no delivery fee at this
bro.
time. Not in
This
this.
is
You,
Oh, that's
we,
true. They pick that up.
ain't no DoorDash.
Yeah, ain't no.
Ain't no
Hey,
Uber
man.
Eats, bro.
Yeah, bro, in 2002, like delivery fee. That's good. Man. We
Oh,
sold
shit.
20. We sold new age
Right.
now. Well, I mean, gas though. That's still gas in the tank.
Yeah,
though.
they tipped when they got there. They tipped.
Yeah,
such a big
y'all might be
order,
right.
man.
It's definitely 150 at
About
least.
200. Yeah, 150, 200.
200. Yeah.
Main point is though, for you spending that much and the nigga be like, oh, I ain't hungry, getting up and walking off is crazy.
No. And I can't lie. I'm not a person that normally feels Janice, but I'm a
I felt
cheapskate.
her.
I
felt
felt her
her.
on that. Like, hey, yo, bro.
Like, what's up with you, bro?
Hey,
Like,
and
I'm-
is it me or do y'all? Janice strikes me as somebody who's a bad tipper.
oh, she absolutely is.
She definitely didn't tip them.
She definitely
You right
is.
about that.
She will only tip well if like Bobby was looking.
Facts. Well, it was
That's-
like,
Especially on no takeout. You know, there's a
It
big
was like
dilemma
Tony,
already
though.
about. There's already a big dilemma and discussion about if you need to tip on takeout orders anyway. Like I'm just picking up my food. Y'all ain't
Yeah,
even doing shit.
I'm not doing that, bro.
Janice might not have tipped shit.
I ain't tipping no takeout. I ain't tipping no Subway. I ain't tipping.
Wait,
you, bro.
wait. What you do now when they turn the screen around on you, Mo?
I hit
Just hit
zero, bro.
zero.
Yeah, give me the total, nigga. What are you talking about, bro?
Look at me,
You
you look at me
did
in the
your
eyes like you
job.
that
Take it up
zero
with your
too.
boss. Take it up with your
I
boss.
was-
Say, I ain't
I
take it
was-
easy.
I
gotta
just,
give
I was
me-
about to-
just hit that zero McMug and I'm like, nope.
No,
Hey,
look
I
at
do
him.
it. I do
Say
it.
something.
Look,
Say
I
something.
do it and look away like, yep.
Nah. I
I'll do
picture
it
You
you.
gotta own it. You gotta own it, Mo.
I'll give my barber a tip. You know what I mean? But hey,
Oh.
look, y'all did what y'all supposed to do. Why am I tipping you for that? You wasn't doing this 10 years ago. Now the job is harder all of a sudden, and now you want me to pay. Man, take it over with your boss, buddy. Like
I tipped them for takeout. I tipped them for takeout, but I don't feel it took me a while to get on the train because I'm one of them. Like I'm not. Y'all literally handing me a bag. Like y'all not doing. Y'all not providing service. Y'all not filling up my drink. But I get it now. Food industry is crazy like that.
I'm in the middle.
But that. What's up?
Like sometimes I will, like maybe she cute, or maybe they done
Look at
something
this
extra.
guy.
I swear, like
What's
maybe
the
they
extra
done
for
something-
you? What's the extra?
Maybe they was nice. Maybe they was nice. Like they just didn't wasn't like, oh fucking, I don't want to be here. I'll throw $1 or $2 or something.
So you
something
pay
light.
him a nice fee.
But if there wasn't anything pleasurable about the experience, zero. She wasn't
On the
cute,
to-go
they
order?
wasn't nice.
You going? Hold on. Tell me. Are you going? Are you going into order?
Yeah, going
'Cause
in
I'm-
the order, then you ordered it to go.
That's
That's
different. That's different.
That's a
Because if
little
I go in
different.
to order, I might have a drink or something while I wait, whatever. I'm mostly like I'm ordering it online and then going to pick it up. Those are the ones when I'm just like, what the fuck I'm tipping you for? Other than
Gosh.
Bro,
restaurant industry is crazy.
Yeah, like the China, like don't even get me started with the China buffet. Like, don't even get me started. But yeah,
Can't
I'm,
believe
I'm,
China
but I
buffet.
but I do tip standard. Like I tip 20. Like no matter where I'm at eating, no matter how high the bill is.
Oh yeah.
I'm tipping 20%. So I will tip, but I'm not giving you a tip for doing your job, bro. Like when you're right in front of me, like at Subway, they put a little tip. I'm not tipping you with the jar right there, bro. Like I've worked
You're right
like
at a restaurant. Yeah, at a restaurant, at a like bartenders. Yeah, I'm gonna give them their 20%.
yeah,
on it.
absolutely. I don't care what it is. Like highs has been like I had to
I'm only
graduate.
talking about fast food, right?
Yeah, only fast. I'm not giving you no additionals, bro. Don't hit me with that,
Oh, fast food,
I-
nigga. What? Huh?
bro.
Tip.
That stuff be that.
They try to hit you. I'm not rounding up at the grocery
nothing.
store. Don't
Nope.
ask me none of that. I'm not.
Like, hey, do you
want
want to give for this? I don't know where it's
Nah,
going. I
I'm
don't know
good.
where it's going. Like you telling me it's for
good.
these kids. Show me the receipts, buddy. All right.
I live for those moments.
up.
I live for those moments when I tell people nah just to see their reaction.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, do you want to
Remember,
round up?
what was that Soul Man? What was that Soul Man when that nigga Bernie said "fuck the kids"? Nigga Mike Epps said "fuck the kids."
Yeah.
That's why I want their reaction to be like, "Damn, no round. You don't want to feed. You don't want to feed America. Nah, man, fuck all that. They live without that 60 cents.
I need my 60 cents, bro.
Give
I
them
will
half
use
this
that later.
high ass grocery bill y'all just took from me.
Man, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
crazy.
like Spike's idea though. Just look them dead in the eye when you tell them no. Like hell, no, nigga.
Nah.
Now what? Say
I'm
something.
good.
No, I'm okay. Just stare him off. No, I'm good. All right. So yeah, but no, yeah. So Janice, she's having this conversation with Bobby, and this is the best you're gonna get from a Janice caring aspect. Of course, we know Janice always has ulterior motives, but it's no different than Tony. And Tony tries to, in some capacity, love Carmela in his own weird, crazy way. I think Janice is trying in her own weird, crazy way too. But what did y'all think about this interaction in the back that sometimes courage isn't a value?
I think that's good. And I think Bobby need this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when she asked him about the cake, the nigga tried to act like she didn't know what he was talking about. Like, he didn't know what she was talking about. Cake. Like, yeah, nigga, the cake that you would have buried at the, like, that ain't weird.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that someone like Janice is the anchor of reality in this situation, because she usually isn't that. She's usually the most delusional person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like that we get to see another part of her, and it adds depth to the character. Like we talked about with Janice being so gangster, she knows how to navigate this world amazingly, not being a part. Like, she's not an actual mobster, but anytime outside of this world we've seen her do some navigation, she's always so great at it. And I think this is another scene of that. Like, how she's walking through this with Bobby, like, let me get you up out of this. Yeah, there's some benefit in it for me, but also just to help you.
Yeah, and when you're deep in grieving like that, when you're deep in grief, you need somebody that's gonna push you like past that point. You're not ready to hear that, and you're still in your own world of like, woe is me. And it feels like the other person's being selfish. Like, yo, you see, I'm going through some shit. I lost somebody. And a lot of people won't do that. A lot of people will keep their distance and be like, oh, I don't know how to deal with it or handle it. But everybody 100% needs that person that, hey, man, like, listen, I know you're going through it, but life's still out there. Like, we still got living to do. Like, you still got some stuff. You got to take your time, maybe even take the rest of this day. But tomorrow, man, you got to get back up and get at it. We saw her do that with the whole Junior situation when he needed that done. We're seeing it here. I think part of it, like Spike said, is for her own benefit. Yes, once you're over caring, that I take that number one spot. But also, like, bro, you got kids out there. Like, you can't just be in here taking cakes to the funeral home, or excuse me, to the gravesite every single day. Like, it's time to kind of hold on to that. Bubbles had, in The Wire, first cross reference since you back, Mo. Bubbles had one of the coldest lines to me when he said, "Ain't nothing wrong with holding on to grief as long as you make room for other things too." Like, bro, I'm not telling you to just forget about caring and just be gone with it, but it's time to make space for those other things in life too, because there are people that need you present day. What happened to you was a tragedy, but it's time to pick up and come on, man. Like let's get it going. You can't be taking cakes to the gravesite, my nigga. That's a little bit OD.
Yeah, that's true. She picked the perfect target. Like, what she tried to get off with Richie April, like, she always wanted to be the puppeteer. And Richie is had too much moxie, so she could never fully be a puppeteer with him. They were gonna butt head. How it ended was how it was always gonna end. One of them was gonna kill each other. if she didn't kill Richie would have choked her out or something, like, and then dealt with the repercussions of Tony later or something. Like, that was gonna, because the moxie levels was too high. But like, Bobby's the perfect target for her. He's vulnerable enough for her to sink her teeth in and be able to get her benefit of having a man and having a taste of the life, but also being able to like manipulate him into being the man that she kind of wants him to be. So it's just a perfect target as this person, this vulnerable. She's killing it as far as, her approach and what she's trying to get across. So another just interesting scene. And the same thing she had to do last time. Like, bro, when the funeral happened and everything, hey, you need to get back with Junior. Like, come on, bro. You need to get back to work. So it's, again, her having to help him strap up his boots. But it is funny that he brought up, we've been together for 14 years. It's like, I just wish you would have told me about the stakes. I spent those sides. Like, she ain't even think, like, disregarded. Like, bro, I just wish you would have told me that. Like, that's just,
What this out, but
yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
a reheated steak is crazy.
Oh man, I don't even know the proper. Yeah, all right. I ain't.
Well, you can put it in the skillet though, like real low with eggs in the next morning. It'd be fire. It's enough to warm it back up with some.
So
eggs
you hit it both sides, like you kind of flip the steak both sides.
Yeah, cook both sides. Get it warm enough. You don't want to recook it. Just get it warm enough. Mix you some scrambled eggs.
The air fryer work for that these days?
It can.
I'm sure it would. I wonder how much it would cook it though.
I guess on the low, you probably have to turn it all the way down.
Yeah, put it on some low heat.
Huh. Okay. I always wondered about that. Carmine and Johnny, they're eating, and there's a phone call, and Tony tries to offer 5.5 instead of 40. They're not going. And it's funny because Johnny tried to cut a quiet deal with Tony. Now he getting taxed, which is a funny thing because like he did that. Carmine would have known nothing about it, but now since you did it, now I got to make it happen. Anything y'all want to add to this scene?
I like how Carmine told him to hang up.
Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here, man. 5.5. Fuck out of here, man.
That's
Who you
crazy
talking to?
jump, bro. That's a
I
crazy
don't even
jump.
get out of bed for 5.5, bro. Stop.
That's a crazy
Yeah, man.
jump.
You playing games.
Ball.
Call back when you ready to talk.
Nigga. Like outside somebody going in the mall or trying to negotiate some jewelry or something, you go like way low ball. Like that's anyways. Yeah. That just funny scene. But yeah, that's nuts of Tony.
But that's how negotiations work, though. They number way higher than the one they want. His way lower. We supposed to be.
He knew that. That's why Carmine was ready with the Victory appraiser. Like, what's the appraiser name? I bet because like that lets you know where their minds are when everything comes to it. Like, listen, I know what Tony probably gonna say. The same way we were at our last meeting, we looked at each other, said about how we expected. I know he's gonna come back and lowball us, so I already got this idea in my head. Joey Peeps, come here, man. This Vic the appraiser guy, let him know he worked for us now. Like, I'm not fucking around with Tony. We're not playing these games with you, bro. Now you about to feel that we New York. Now we done playing nice with you.
Got you. Bobby's kids, they have a conversation about ghosts. That's all I got.
Skip.
Okay. Johnny and Paulie. I don't know where they meeting, like on a side street of a neighborhood and having a conversation. Johnny says there could be a change with the Jersey family and says that Carmine won't forget you. And I can't believe how delusional Paulie is here.
Oh, but this nigga Spike said scared.
I'm glad he said it because I was like, I'm trying to be nice about it.
Oh shit.
Bobby Jr. right up there with AJ.
Well, you know what? I think kids don't. They don't. I ain't gonna say they don't work well in this world. They haven't managed to make them.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? Because like certain shows like don't introduce
they're not
kids.
ruthless enough. Yeah, like this show, like kids, like it's too like you in the Sopranos mindset. Yeah, that's a good point, Mo. Like you like here for the mob and then killing and even with the family stuff, and they just don't fit.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that makes them interesting unless you like a Meadow or a Jackie Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Meadow and Jackie Jr. Yep, that's it. And I think that they give the kids too much, because they don't sacrifice any character development or anything built around the kids because they're not that type of show. Every character you want to feel like you know them or have some. So even the kids get that look, but most shows don't tend to do that. The kids are used. They use the kid as like a plot drop, like a part of the main character's thing. So I think that's just our issue. It's just never.
I just heard, not a wire cross reference, but a Breaking Bad. I never really thought about this, but I was hearing somebody talk about how much they hated Walter Jr. And I never thought about it today. I was like, bro,
he's up there.
No
he's up there.
Purpose. He's just like just there, like just useless commentary that we didn't need. Yeah, but you kind of feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I think they were trying to use it to try to remember, like on for the first watch. For who we thought Walter was, we needed him.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yep. Without that first watch, now you like,
great point. Man, get your ass.
Yeah.
Hobble your ass out of the room, nigga. This ain't even a conversation for you. Get your ass out of here.
Mind your damn business, son. Mind your business.
Dad, it's dangerous. Get that little ugly ass look, man. You don't go ahead on,
bro. Please, Skyler. Hey, go get them, Skyler. Go get him.
That's hilarious.
No disrespect. It's not that type of thing that we're talking about, but just y'all get the gist. But can y'all believe Paulie is this delusional? Like I guess because explain this to me. Like why does Paulie actually believe that like if some changes, even not the fact that they're saying some changes could happen, I could get him kind of buying that like it's New York, they can make that call, so to speak. But him thinking that hey. Like I would be basically like I would be okay with leading this, being the boss of this family, as if they would skip over Silvio. Like that's why I was just like, why is he so delusional?
I think this speaks more to both of them, but it speaks a lot to how good Johnny is though. Like how good that he plays the back channeling, having that end that he's had with Paulie, and them showing us earlier in the season, even how he's able to manipulate this situation all the way to the point of delusion, like you just said, Mo. So now he actually thinks that he could be boss of the Soprano family. He not even paying attention to the facts of the matter. It's that Johnny has him under this spell now at this point. We're like, oh well, shit, maybe I can. Like maybe I did make the right alliance here, and now maybe I'm moving up. So I would credit Johnny more than I would saying Paulie is stupid, even though Paulie is stupid for this.
So this whole scene to me was about Johnny Sack, to Spike's point. It had nothing to do about Johnny. Like, I mean, excuse me, Paulie. Paulie, we know he has his own grievances or whatever, but I mean, it's hard. It just shows how great Johnny Sack is at like making you feel comfortable and not even knowing the play that's in front of you.
Bro.
Like, you don't even know you're part of the play. Like, that's how good I am.
That, like, and the thing is, like, Johnny Sack has created this fake invisible progression. Like this is like some catfish in 2002 or whatever. Like he's creating this fake, there's this fake progressive relationship that is happening between you and Carmine. Nothing
Even
is
after
happening.
even after
Like,
you went to Carmine,
Whoa!
you don't even know who you are.
Yes.
He's still pushing it like we won't forget you, and Paulie like, oh okay.
He asked
cool.
about you. Like, bro,
He
he is
asked
so
about
cold,
You,
bro.
Your dad, what did he say? Your dad, what was that
Wow.
later?
That's later. That's later.
No,
but
that's
boy.
later. We ain't there yet. Yeah, we ain't there
Gotcha,
yet.
okay,
That-
because I
but yeah.
watched these when you left, Mo. Yeah, you're right.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I think that's next episode.
Eloise, I think, right?
Yeah, Louise.
okay.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, boy, that's funny, bro.
I thought this was on like before that. Then it would have really pushed Johnny Sack to like
Oh yeah, drive
the
that
brilliance of Johnny Sack.
Yeah, that was it's just crazy to me, like creating this like, and I don't know, it's just crazy. You just going off of his word. And back in the day when you didn't have like social media, anything, like what people would say, you kind of got to ride that wave, low key. Like, you sure she said that about me? Yeah, she said you look good. She said you want to blah blah. You're like, all right, man. My homeboy said it, so he said he said I look good. Like, you just riding whatever. Back in the day, like you had to go with that. You had no other way to check receipts. So it's funny that, I guess in that sense, yeah. But
yeah, she feeling you, bro. She feeling you.
Yeah, John make everybody feel
Talk to her.
cheap.
yeah, go talk
John
to
said cheaper than a bartender, huh? Like, he
What?
just makes everybody feel
Like,
comfortable. Like,
yeah.
he got a way about it, man. He got the gift of gab.
Yeah, he do, man. Yeah, I know we
And
talk
nothing, and
sometimes.
there's no better than the person that needs it, like that's ready
Yep.
to believe a lie.
Yep.
I'm ready to believe a lie. I want you to lie to me, so I need that to believe in.
Yeah.
And we see Paulie's his loyalty wavering. We've been seeing it all year, but him
Mhm.
actually mentioning, like, damn, God forbid if anything happened, but
Mhm.
I'm ready to lead. And like, bro, come on, stop it, man. Good and damn well.
Yeah, this has been a build up since last year, Pine Barrens. You know what I mean? Like we always reference. But I will say Paulie got the fresh dye in though. I look at the heritage. I see how like the wings was popping and like the black. He got the perfect black and white dye going on. Like, I don't know, it just look a little crispier in this scene. So rest in peace to Tony Sirico. But man, the wings was popping on this scene, bro. I thought it was a fresh cut. You know what I mean? In our community, we praise that pretty highly with a fresh lineup, a fresh, Johnny, Tony, he goes to visit Junior and he sees, what's her name? Bonko?
I don't know her name, man. Her mean ass.
The other lady that is Svetlana's.
Yeah, Bronco, I think.
Bronco,
Yeah,
okay. We say Isna?
Snitch bitch. That's what I
Shout out to Randy Wagstaff.
What is
That's what I said. Shout out to Randy Wagstaff, man. Snitch bitch.
What is that, out the office or something?
Nah, that's from The Wire.
It's from The Wire. Oh, okay. I thought he was just randomly calling her that. That's hilarious.
She fits the description though, man. Tattletale ass.
Y'all some telling motherfuckers over there. But yeah, Junior's here, and I love this line. Of course, come on, they always give Junior the best lines. He says, "Hey, my nephew said, did you offer him some food? I'm not a maid." And she said, "I'm a nurse." Okay, well, did you offer him an aspirin?
Yeah, man.
Like because he come from that elk. Like, he's from the old school. Like, when people come in, offer him something. Like, I like that about Junior.
Yeah.
But Junior has shaving cream that's still on his face. He says it's because of lighting. They're still doing this slick.
It's so
that
good.
this Fox
Build
got
up
you
to this
fooled.
is
They
so
still doing it,
amazing, bro.
they're still doing it. Like, is
Yeah.
Junior there? Isn't he? Man, come on, man.
Do it come and go? Like, what is this? That it's so good, man.
I don't know if they're doing
all
it
the
better with him
rewatches,
or
it's even better in the rewatches though.
yeah,
Like,
it is.
you don't really pick this up the first time through, but the
Mhm.
more times you rewatch this, you get these little just these little trinkets of like, man, is he fucked up?
Man,
It's
I don't
crazy.
know if they did his better or Olivia. Like,
They're right there together.
they're
Everybody
right.
say
I
it
mean,
right.
I don't
They're
know. It might
perfect.
be. It might be. Rest in peace, Nancy Marchand. It might be the
This
acting chops that she had because she really had like. It might be an acting thing, not a script thing, because she just really made us think like, is she all there or not? Like, bro.
the only thing that I would take away from, well, not even take away, because like you said, the acting chops, it was great. Junior's was so spread out though
Yeah.
that you would forget.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have these moments of brilliance where you would think like, oh, he playing.
Mm-hmm.
But then like the crazies, like even with this,
Mhm.
the shaving cream, and you like, wait, what, bro? Can't even shave yourself no more.
Yeah.
It was so great because it played out so long.
Because I mean, the last time was in the hospital. Remember when he got hit with the
Yeah.
boom mic? And
And
he
it's
was
just
like,
small stuff though.
small
like,
stuff. Like,
Yeah.
dang, yeah, they man, bro.
Like, but I'm smart enough to take the change from Murph.
Come on,
Like,
he's
like,
snapping
come
in and
on,
out.
bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll try. I mean, we know the Sopranos is not about coming up with resolve, coming up with the solution, or come up with the answer. That's not. It's more about the question than the answer when you watch the series. So we get that, but I am going to try to figure out. Remember, I said I figured out with Livia. I said, okay, Livia was faking it. So I think I forgot when it got confirmed, but I think Junior, when we get to that like really sad scene later down in the series, by that point, I want to figure out, is he a slick fox or is he that really who he is? So, but anything else y'all want to add to this scene? Other than this, mean he called her see you on next Tuesday as he walked out. Like, this is the lady taking care of you. That is crazy. Like, yeah, it's just crazy to call her that. That's the lady taking care of you. Carmela and Janice. Janice could care less about Karen, the deceased Karen. She trying to get hers. And I guess they're having a conversation.
Janice like that though. Like, I don't think it's her place to care. They ain't really got nothing to do with me.
It ain't her place to care. It's just not her place to step in and tell him to hurry up, bro. Like, you're not my girl. They're not my girlfriend. Like, you're still a friend. And you're not even like a friend I've known for a while. Like, you don't have any rights really. You are my neighbor. Let's keep it a bean. You're looking through your blinds, checking me out. Like,
they passed that point right now though. They together, but they passed the point of just being a neighbor.
Okay.
And she knows, like, if Bobby knows what's smart, he knows she kind of knows what's best for him. Like, my brother's the boss of this family. Like, my uncle is Junior. Like, if you're trying to do what you're doing and you're made, ain't Bobby made at this point? Or no?
Yeah, he made.
He ain't made yet.
No, he been made.
Like, bro, this could get you killed. And I think she kind of like expressed that to him, like, you fucking moping around and shit. You need to get back on your shit. Like, I'm familiar with this. My dad did this. Like, I know how this shit go. You're gonna need somebody like me in your corner. So
we saw how Tony looked at Furio. Like, I'm sad about my father. All right, well, get over it. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point,
why you here then? Yeah,
at some point,
why you here?
Yeah, life got to go on.
Yeah, but
and she says it like he got a psychosis. Like, something's going on with him. Like, God forbid I be the one to say something. So yeah, it's an awkward situation to go in.
AJ, again, being a non-likable character that he is, but I will say this is the worst when your parents, they bring up kids and they start bringing these other kids that are like younger than you, like when the uncles, aunties start to get together and they bring over the cousins or just kids that are younger than you, and you like they low key just drop them in your room. You playing PS2 or whatever, you playing the 64, and it's like, man, how y'all gonna make me watch these kids, bro? Like, they way younger than me. Like, I don't want to keep I did feel him. I still don't like him. He's not likable, but this is kind of a real moment for a teenager. Like, everybody's been there at some point. Was like they about to bring their kids, and I don't feel like watching their kids, especially, which is why we'll see how it plays out later a little bit with like him. I think bringing his girlfriend over regardless. So, that part I'll give AJ. Like that's a typical teenage feeling where it's like if they were his age, he'd probably be cool with it. But it's like, oh, they way younger than me, bro.
Yeah,
I
bro,
got a
you quit
little
acting
bit of
like you
pushback
cool,
on that,
bro. Yeah,
man.
stop
I
acting
got a
like you some cool nigga that got a lot of shit going on, man. Like, get out of here, bro.
Man, he got a
Like,
girlfriend. He probably
and
he getting buns. He got got a
stop
little.
it, bro.
it's annoying. I get it, but Carmelo said it best. I don't ask you to do one chore. Like
Yeah,
you
like
living on a
nigga,
high
you
That's
life.
gotta
Like,
true.
do
bro,
more,
That's
bro.
true.
if it's one day that I need you to kind of console these kids that lost their mom, like, bro,
Yeah.
you can put that away for 24 hours. It sucks. Now, don't get me wrong. When you AJ age, it does suck. You don't see past that. Like, damn, I ain't trying to do that shit today. Like, I'm trying to enjoy what I want to do.
Facts.
Because
What he
when you
15?
are, yeah, and that's your first like experience of freedom. He might have had a little bit more, but I'm moving and shaking how I want to. I'm leaving and entering the house when I want to. Obviously, there's a certain curfew I might have, but I'm when you get to that age where you don't necessarily, you don't ask permission, you more so tell your parents where you're going. As long as it ain't out the realm, like you know what I'm saying. I'm sure it's nothing for him to say, hey, I'm going to Devon's, I'm going to this person's house, that person's house. I bet be back by this time. Now it's like, damn, I can't even do that because I got to be here for these kids I don't even like. I've been there, Mo. I've come home to the crib and seen people on the game. Like, what the fuck,
Bro? Like, bro, get off my bed. Like,
yeah, like what the fuck y'all on, man? Who let you in here?
yeah,
Oh,
mama.
shit, that's funny, man. I get AJ's pushback. I agree with y'all 100%. But yeah, I totally get that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like,
the adolescence, bro. The good old days, man.
I remember though. Yeah,
Man, I'm telling you, too many times. That's why I was like, bro, don't get me started on nostalgia. But we see Johnny Peeps and his homeboy, and they go beat up Tony's appraiser, Vic the appraiser. I will not lie. I don't know how y'all feel. I just felt bad for Vic in this episode, man. I'm like, dang, bro. Like he just. I'm sorry. It's just like.
I'm just the appraiser.
Like, bro,
Yeah,
like
man,
y'all doing this to make a point with me. Like,
nah, but like I don't
You
feel
in
sorry
it.
for him, bro. Yeah, like niggas think fat meat ain't greasy. You signed up for this, you know who
signed
Tony
up for working
Soprano
with the mob,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, bro, like this what come with it. Ain't no easy paydays. You making more money with us probably than he making his regular job.
I mean, but getting whipped up, he can't get threatened. Like,
Hey
you know what I
man,
mean?
He did get threatened. He didn't get whipped up like that. He got pushed around. That wasn't no punches thrown.
right?
And they get pushed over and shit.
Hey,
Like,
man, slap that
let
nigga
you
with a
know
phone
we
or
did
whatever,
not come
cassette.
here to play with you.
yeah, but that was, they could have really
All his
fucked
little
him up.
paperwork
They
and shit was gone.
threw his shit on the roof, man.
He broke his little wheel.
That's what I'm saying,
Hey,
bro.
when he was hunched over,
They worked
when
him, bro.
he was hunched over, he gave that little extra kick.
Yeah, bro. Like they worked him. Come on, bro. He's a little old man, dude. Like they worked him, man. Like
They gave him an old man ass whooping.
they
Kicked him
gave
over
him
the
the
little
Uncle
bush and
Junior
shit.
house slipper slipping off.
Yeah, we ain't
shit,
about to go any crazy, but we about to let you know, like,
Yeah,
hey, you
like
work with
this ain't
Johnny
no
now.
joke. This ain't no joke, bro.
Nah,
You
ain't no
signed up
joke.
for this.
Man, bro. I still feel bad for Vic though.
You should have said no.
We get Tony, Seal, Vito, and Paulie, and they're having a meeting. I think they're just talking about what the HUD scheme here, like what's the play here.
And your man's being scared from getting roughed up.
Yeah, and Paulie's doing the thing that Rich hates the most. Like he hates Ray Curto. You know how Ray was being passionate about like certain things, but he was a rat. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Bro.
Paulie, like, hey man, you want me to? It's like, are you?
What y'all
serious?
think Paulie's play was right there?
Is he real?
He was very convincing, wasn't he?
He was.
I think that was the point. Like, let him know, like, just in case y'all thought, this whose side I'm on. I'll handle whatever. Shut up, Paulie.
Yeah, shut up. Like, I think that Paulie knew. I think Paulie has been being underused since he got out of jail, and I think that he knew more than likely they're not going to use me, so they're not going to call on me. So let me just lean into it. Like, hey, you want me to go? Oh, no, we go. Oh, okay, cool. He probably never had intentions of doing that, and even if he did, he probably would have talked to him like, hey, I talked to Johnny, and hey, this is what we need to do. Like, he would have been trying to make some like internal connection with the, Johnny, because he's still under the, I feel like he's still under the like the understanding that like, hey, I could be the boss of the family. You know what I'm saying? That change could be coming. I can make another. So I think that he just knew he was underutilized, and he knew he wasn't gonna be called on for this.
Oh, so it was fake.
Yeah, you know how niggas like, oh man, I wish that would have been me.
Yeah, I would have did it for you, bro.
Yeah, you know how it is. Like, bro, you would never be in that position. Like, you know how it be. But Eugene, we get Eugene drives up and he's beeping the horn.
Eugene ass, bro.
Huh?
I hate, bro.
I would have went out there and kicked Eugene ass personally that day, bro. You got me on the wrong day. You did the wrong thing. It would have been one of the situations like with the bartender. What's my bartender man name? They beat up with the phone.
What on here?
In the Bing. Yeah.
Georgie.
Georgie.
It would have been a Georgie situation for Eugene. You picked the wrong day, motherfucker. Yeah. Pull up blowing, nigga. Who are you blowing for? Like, hell no, bro.
Nah.
That would have pissed me all the way off.
Beeping the horn that's still crazy.
I would have pulled Eugene out of that car, bro.
Grand Theft Auto
ain't nobody in this spot you should be blowing for.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you better make a phone call. Nigga better know you coming. You better sit out there to
put
somebody
them
come out there. But my nigga, you better pulling up like and you going to a baseball game, man, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'd have beat the dog shit out of Eugene out there that day.
Yeah, he was bugging for the honking the horn joint.
Wow, that shit pisses me off.
Man, bro, boy, listen.
So look, like Paulie, he goes over here kind of, doing a slow walk. Like, you know how you kind of waiting on somebody to like.
You lingering around. You waiting for something extra.
And then like he just finally says, "I'll be on my cell if you need me," because he know they ain't utilizing him. He don't know that they know though. Like he don't know.
He heard them. He heard them mention Little Carmine, and he saw them look at it. He perked up when he heard that name.
Mm-hmm. And they talk about Beansy in Miami.
Yeah, they looked at him. He looked at them, and he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna be out in the car if you need me."
Yeah, man, Paulie, he nuts. But I'm glad to see them at Sacriel's. I don't know if I've seen a shot like this yet in a series, like right here inside instead of outside. So I always enjoy this location. We go to the Bacala and Soprano dinner, and AJ, Bobby Jr. he's doing what a tip. I'm not. I was about to go crazy on him, but I'm not because we all been there. But like, he's doing the fanboy thing of like, AJ. Everything AJ says is funny. He's talking about cactus and he's talking about, oh, maybe you're not Italian if you don't like artichoke. And he's like, oh, maybe I'm Chinese, and he's doing a Papa Son racism joke or whatever. And then Bobby does the squinty eyes. We get it. Funny guy over here. Oh. But AJ he's getting this
though. Little bitch ass nigga I said AJ need this. He needs somebody to look up to him.
Yeah, but it's like, why would you play it the way you play it after though? That's what makes me so mad. Cause I'm like,
who AJ?
Yeah.
Is he a dipshit?
That's what makes me mad. Cause I feel like
he don't even realize. Like, you got a little soldier right there, bro.
Cause if that's us, I don't know about y'all, but like if you had like a little cousin that's like really young and they look up to you. Then you be like, they really
lean into it.
All right, let me go show you. Let me go show you what a basketball court is, bro.
I'm not locking the nigga in the garage.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll say this. I know we talk about AJ, but speaking of AJ, I'll tell you this, man. That's my crib and that's my dinner. Hey, Devin, he must have told you some wrong information. We're not having anybody over tonight. Yeah. It's a family night. All due respect. You got to come over tomorrow or sometime later this week.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you came over. That's his fault. You're going to have to go through the embarrassment now because I told you what was going on, bro. Don't just be inviting her over. And while we sit here eating, she don't want a plate. She said she's going to wait in the other room. What the fuck do you think this is?
Yeah. You got a whole game twist.
They already told him no, that she couldn't have him over there.
Yeah, he said I had plans, and she was like, like pretty much like,
yeah, you can go without seeing Devin for a night. He said, Carmela said that directly. Yeah, man, like, come on, bro, like, stop playing with me.
Yeah, bro, and I feel you. And Carmela's look was like, I know this nigga didn't.
That's black household shit because you definitely get put out. I'm not sure, baby. You got
but there some cases
you get put out.
Some cases though. Some cases black household.
How much they fuck with you?
Well,
like if it's depends on somebody that, like, okay, if you were dating a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And her dad was like, nah, Mo ain't coming over tonight. Like if you popped up at dinner time,
okay, it's
going
different,
home, bro.
But okay, that's different though. Like that's different with boys versus girls because this is your son and his girl. Because if she comes over, I feel like the mom, because the dad gonna be like, I ain't really tripping, I don't really care. But the mom's gonna be the one like, I told you. In some cases, the black mom will be like, all right, baby, yeah, go have a seat. She gonna give him that look. That is
gonna be. Girl, the dad gonna say no.
Yeah, ain't going. Like, ain't no like, oh,
you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, but so that's gonna be like, okay, wait till she leave. Like we got because she's still trying to have like this certain mom image. I think Carmela's doing, but it's like after this, like I got your ass.
Even if we let you stay, you sitting at this dinner table.
Oh yeah, ain't no
You
sitting
sitting
at
at
the
the you ain't no. I'm gonna wait in the no, nigga. You're not about to be the only person in the house that's not at the dinner table.
Pull
Yeah,
up a chair, get a
yeah,
plate.
putting
What do you
me
want to
on. Now
eat?
you putting me on the clock.
Yeah, like stop it, man.
You put me on the clock. Now I got to hurry up and finish up so my son can go occupy his company over here. Now, come on, bro.
Mainly because like all right, the kids they just lost their mom, Bobby going through it. If this was just a regular ass Sunday dinner, ain't nothing going on. Maybe I let it slide, but I told you specifically, like, bro, I
Yeah.
need you here for them, like all that shit. Nah, man, we ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they moved to the living room. Great shot, wide shot or whatever. Tony gets a call from Beansy to meet with little Carmine.
Wait.
What?
Before that though, man, Poe, what's Carmella daddy name?
Hugh.
Poor Hugh, man. She always shitting on that man.
Bro.
Like his little story, man. She was
Yeah, she cut it short.
Before you even get to it, I'll tell you. Like, bitch, damn, let the man have some kind of like, golly.
Okay, yeah, let me read it what it says.
Jeez.
She says, she tell you who I saw at Scant's Hardware last
I'll
week.
kill your suspicion.
Right.
I'll end the mystery right now. Like, damn.
It's like, oh God, do you have to tell every person you run into?
Jesus, man. Let the man have a little bit of
She's
like
the word. That's why he looks up to Tony so much, bro. Like, even though that's dealing with his daughter, that's why he looks up to Tony. Even when we get some later status changes, he still look up to Tony because it's like, I think he looks at like, man, I wish I could be like that.
Facts.
He ain't got the moxie like that because his wife runs him up out of there, bro. Dang, it's terrible. Like, you remember the hoods? All right.
That shit was hilarious.
That's one of the funniest.
That's one of the funniest moments in Sopranos history.
That never get talked about. Like I never hear people talk about that. Maybe that's like that could be something for a black thing that we find really funny. But yeah, Tony gets a call from Beans. He says, "Hey, meet Lil Carmine in Miami." AJ was in the room, and he was trying to get his joint copped. This is typical teenage stuff. I wasn't mad at him right here. But then
shit AJ ever did, really.
It really is though. He got him a good one too. I'm like, all right, it's kind of. I don't even know how he got her. That's just be. All right. Anyway, I don't even want to have a deep conversation about AJ. I just don't know how he would even got her at all. And he's not. He has no kind of.
See, you got to play this a little bit smarter too. If you AJ, you got to get him something to do beforehand.
Yeah.
Like you can't just lead him right. Like you got to, like she said, like you got a million games. If I gotta hook I'm hooking the gaming system up outside in the theater room. Y'all go out here.
Bro, you can't have. Bro, that's the what is that? The guest house, bro. That's the pool house.
Like y'all not even gonna know I ain't occupying these people. So I'm gonna take the N64 with the Mario Kart they be playing. We finna hook this up in the guest room. I'm finna leave y'all out here playing it, bro.
Leave them in his room when y'all go to the theater.
Or yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because now they're around family still.
We finna go to the guest house.
Yeah,
exactly.
That would have been a play. We would definitely did
that was a good. That's a good adjustment. You're right.
Dad, AJ's not around. She's not sharing the controller. Where's AJ? I think he went to by that time my joint's copped.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, I can come back by now. Yeah.
Yeah, you might be.
We done.
Yeah, donezo. That's crazy. Yeah, but that. Yeah, but and then they pull out the Ouija board.
Meadow ain't nobody in Meadow's room, right? She gotta have something in there to do. Like go in here and do this.
Low key, you right.
That's how you tell AJ ain't never ran no play before.
Right.
That's crazy. Like, you got Hope Meadows room right now, man. Come on, bro. But yeah, they pull out this Ouija board. I despise so much.
It's one of my least favorite scenes of this whole series. I hate it all.
I hate Ouija board scenes and stuff. It's so. I'm sorry. It's just goofy to me. I'm sorry. I just think it's goofy. That's my opinion. I just never. It's just you're just sliding stuff. Like, but whatever. You might as well be playing checkers. I don't even know. I think that might be all that I got from the scene.
Hey, just said my guest. Nigga, you invited him. Shit.
Yeah.
I feel AJ. I ain't gonna be.
That's why I said, bro. I'm like, it's one time.
I've been most relatable I could be to AJ.
Yeah. I've been here with my girl, man. Now these kids come in, walking after Carmella, like into my room. Like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, and Carmella, because she be dragging AJ over to Furio's house, like, just having him just lap dogging, like, oh yeah, is this the episode where you stop like, yeah, she took me over to the guy with the long hair's house?
The next.
Okay, all right. Anyways, but yeah, so he does the whole, does the Ouija board thing, scares them, puts the sponge on them, and pretty much that's it. Tony tells him, "Get out of my sight." And that's it on that. I don't have nothing else.
What do you think about the discussion between Tony and Seal about Paulie?
Oh, the Florida trip. Smart. They're playing it smart. It's crazy to have this type of. I don't know if they're questioning his loyalty at this moment. It seems like they're just questioning his talking. Like, you talk too much. Like, you that homeboy. I can't tell you nothing. I don't know.
They're not sure. They know that he talks a lot, but they're not sure about his loyalty because he talks a lot. Like, now it's starting to, like, okay, we know you like got a big mouth, but is that leading to the detriment of like the family? Like, are you saying shit out of turn? I think that's now on their mind. And I love how they got there in the series. Like, it wasn't any direct, like, oh, Paulie told him about Jenny.
Yep.
Like, we getting this randomly in a random phone conversation where they finally figured out, like, all of this was about Paulie and him and Johnny talking. I love how they like so subtly got there.
Yeah, me too. It's brilliant.
Agreed.
Tony's crew goes after the appraiser. Damn, bro, just beating old man Vic up. Goodness gracious.
You're not going to the second seance or whatever?
Not at all, man. I mean,
Okay, cool.
They hit him with the wet sponge. I mean,
yeah, just showing that he got kicked out of shit.
Yeah,
and it leads to Janice's evil later in the episode.
Janice's idea, yeah.
She's nasty, man. She's just nasty.
Yeah, that was fucked up, man. Janice don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah. It's nasty as one of the nastiest things.
Janice a gangster, man. She is a gangster.
Nah, that ain't gangster. That's nasty right there. It ain't gangster when you dealing with kids. I don't think it's gangster dealing with kids.
Hey, like Jordan said, man, fuck them kids, nigga.
Yeah, fuck them kids, nigga. Straight up.
I get it. I mean, you might be ruthless. I don't think it's gangster though. I think it's still
gangster,
like,
bro. That shit gangster, man.
Man, they really got Vic running down the street, man. I feel bad. Hey,
Bro,
could you imagine? Could you imagine being on the? Could you imagine being on the porch having your coffee and shit? You see this shit go down like nigga.
Bro, like, what is this dude done? This man's an appraiser. Like, it's crazy.
Hey, man, you sold your soul to the devil, bro. You knew getting into this, like, well, you didn't know, but you should have knew better.
Yeah, I know. I still feel bad. I don't know. I wouldn't feel bad if like the lawyers, like Junior lawyer or Tony's lawyer, was getting whipped up. I wouldn't feel bad about them because they like in there, like, But
here's my thing, Mo. Here's my thing. Here's why I don't have any compassion. You knew coming in, your job was to write phony appraisals. You knew this was a scam. You might not be in, like, you get paid your money up front, but you know you're not writing real appraisals. So you know you were part of some illegal activity, and you know both sides are getting at you. At some point, you got to realize that, yo, I'm the monkey in the middle. Like, I'm the one in the middle of this going like, all right, man, if shit go left, I'm gonna be the one probably reaping the downfall of it. So with that being said, man, hey man, you play in the dirt, you get dirty.
Yeah.
You hope that it doesn't happen. You hope that it doesn't go that way. But I know if shit go bad, I'm gonna be involved. I'm into it now. So these niggas run to be down. Like,
he's supposed to date another appraiser. He's supposed to be like, man, I got one of his appraiser buddies.
Oh, like lock him in
for you, boy. Yeah, I got a lick for you, man. You do this man. I would have did that and got out of there.
Make a pyramid scheme out of that joint, like. Yeah,
I'd have got out of there, bro.
All right, you sold me on it. I guess you're right. I mean, he's doing the phony joints anyway. He's a phony.
Yeah, you ain't innocent in this. Like, yeah, you're not part of their life, but you ain't innocent. You know you in some other shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You make a
nigga,
great
you supposed to do that. You supposed to appraise these houses. There's 3 left, my nigga. Well, fuck, what's going on? Finish these 3.
About you getting beat up, bro.
Yeah, Vito got busy out there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
It's for the weight loss.
I don't know what job, but it's like sometimes just saying the word veto, it's just a flurry of thoughts that make me laugh. I'm sorry. That's it.
It's a joke.
That's all. Yeah, that's all. Like, it's just a flurry of thoughts when I say veto.
So much stuff coming up.
That's
Veto?
Like,
Veto? What the fuck?
Johnny Cakes.
Hey, Johnny Cakes, all types of shit, man. Shout out to Vito, man. Johnny Cakes was
Yeah,
crazy.
bro.
The Johnny
I
Cake
cannot
the Johnny
wait
Cake
till we get
storyline
to
was
that. Nah,
the
dirty
Johnny Cake
fighter. He's the dirty
storyline
fighter.
was
you know who the hero
fucking
is,
crazy.
My nigga Flynn, man. Flynn caused such a bad mess behind all of that, bro. Flynn like was just trying to go to work,
All
bro. And now,
because he showed up to work early.
Bro, I swear. Like,
If anybody ever want to ask why you shouldn't go to work early and just show up on time, just talk about Flynn and The Sopranos.
oh shit, boy, my nigga Flynn, man, it ruined his life, bro. I can't wait till we get to that.
Oh, Finn, that's what it is. Finn. I'm sorry. I was like Finn the Trolio or whatever. Yeah, you're right, man. I'm sorry. That's why I hate that, but it's like every time I think about Vito, it's like it just makes me laugh so much. Just Vito.
I can't wait till the people that are listening to this, like, what are they talking about? They haven't really watched it.
Never haven't watched it, yeah.
And when we get to it and it finally like the reveal, like
there's gonna be a lot of laughter on them episodes, so y'all gonna have to strap in for that joke.
Strap in is crazy. Strap in is crazy.
Strap in.
That's
right.
You have to strap in. What discussing Vito is nuts.
It is nuts. All right, so we go to the next. All right. Janice and Bobby, they're at the food court, it looks like. Shouts out to the food court. And Janice makes some good points here. Even though she's been manipulated, but she does. But it is funny that he tells her to shut up. I don't know why it's funny to me. Like I don't do this, but like somebody telling a girl like shut up is, I don't know why it's so funny.
Yeah, shut
it's like
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like because you know it's gonna be a terrible argument. That's why it's like you were bold enough to know, you know it's about to go where it's going after this, but you said it anyway. Like that's what makes it so funny to me. But anything I want to add to this food court conversation?
Masterful job by Janice, man. He was trying like she knew she had him. And I gotta ask you to go to the cemetery now. Like he was just going through the whole like step of it. She didn't even respond. Like, bro, you know you fucked up, right? Yeah. It's a society. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about here? Mm-hmm. You won't pay the dude that did her body. You going to the grave site every day. Like, look at your shoes, bro. Like she great, masterful by Janice, bro. Yeah. And walking off.
Bobby don't want it to be real.
Yeah.
He's doing everything in his power to not make it real, not paying the bill, keeping her clothes around, still going to the grave site. Like, bruh, you got living, breathing people that need you. Yeah. Like, I understand you going through it, but she said you morbid clinging. Like, you clinging on to that, man. It's gone. It's over. I'm sorry, but this is what it is. And you could tell his frustration because it wasn't even an angry shut the fuck. It was just one of those, like, literally, shut the fuck up. Stop talking to me.
Yeah, just stop talking.
Like, I'm getting annoyed. And she said it right back to him.
You shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But he needed that though.
Absolutely, he 100% needed that. That's why I can't even be mad. I can't be mad. And honestly, I've been on Bobby's side of it, and I get it. Because if you haven't, it can seem like, well, damn, Janice, the man just lost his. I just lost the love of my life, Tasha. But you know, I just lost the love. You know, I lost my wife. I lost my routine, my normalcy. But you do need somebody to push you on you, Bobby. You can't sit in that for too long.
Yeah, you
know what I mean. Hey, man, come on, pick it up.
Bobby,
so I love the fact
that with his dad and you know, Karen.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough, man. And most importantly, shout out to what you said, Mo. Man, wasn't nothing like the mall days and food courts and going to the movies and like, man, you talk about. That's why I don't know if anybody watched Stranger Things or anything like that. But when, that season they did when like they was in the mall and shit, that shit just brought back so many memories because y'all don't. You ain't had nothing to do, man. We gonna go. Shit, let's go to the mall, man. Meet me up at the mall. We gonna figure something out. I might watch
that just for that season because if they can replicate that, I will watch it just.
Oh, you never seen it?
Nah. I just didn't. I wasn't. The pitch on it wasn't really.
I didn't finish it.
They ain't sell it for me.
I can't really talk, but the first couple of seasons that was a moment in time.
It was definitely a moment.
Yeah, Stranger Things was definitely a moment.
People was on that.
Definitely had to be there.
But yeah, we get a small scene. Tony at the guest house. Svetlana calls the house, and Tony bought her a brooch, and she said that it's beautiful, and pretty much said, "I'm good, love. I don't need nothing else.
We ain't finna do it like this. It was a one and done."
I love this. Gosh, that would make her more attractive, bro. Like if in real time, it's like, are you kidding me?
Do in real
life?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah, that yeah.
Trying to
Well,
act
you're
like
right. I
I
always
can't
do.
get you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, now
Now I got
you
now I
really
got
know.
now I really got to pull out the stops.
Now you finna, exactly.
Yeah, I was just playing around at first, but now, yeah. And we find out that this is well, we go to the next. So we go to the Tony and Melfi scene. What do you think about the apparel, Rich?
I knew it. I knew it was going.
Well, I ain't saying it. I'm asking Rich. What do you think about?
With the Muffy legs?
I'm just
Yeah,
talking.
listen.
I'm just talking
right
about
here.
apparel. Like, what do y'all think? Yeah,
She's trying to do her. She's trying to do her best Basic Instinct.
Yeah, you thinking about leaving? Are you thinking about quitting? I got you.
Yeah, the Muffy legs is Muffy legs is on the popping.
All right, come on, man. I was like, dude, this
Muffy
was
legs
like,
is popping, man.
This is a different one.
This top tier Muffy legs.
This is top tier, bro. I was like, what are they doing? Why y'all doing this right now? Like,
the heels on and shit. Like oh yeah, man. Like I ain't playing no games. You ain't going nowhere, nigga.
Yeah. You thought what you thought it was. Like, yeah. I just thought it was a little bit like it more than normal. I just, this is top tier though.
Sure. Hey, Tony's so full of shit. Broke a woman's heart.
Broke a woman's heart. Like,
she told you she wasn't fucking with you, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Tony crazy.
Man. Tony funny as hell.
I mean, but I mean seriously though, like your therapist can't be like this. Like I'm sorry. Like when they do the clothes,
therapist.
They like nah.
Really?
No.
That's interesting. That's another week in the books conversation.
It is, yeah. Nah, no, sir. Like, because you can't. And if you let's say if you are, this ain't acceptable. Like you cannot look at the close
acceptable,
up, fellas. Look at
hold on, hold on. Are you saying she's unprofessional right now?
She's not unprofessional, not at all. Not
okay,
at all.
Okay.
I'm saying that you know how I felt about you 3 years ago.
That's not her problem,
bro. Come on, Mo.
All right, not her problem, man. Like, look, listen to me, y'all. Check. Like,
what are we talking about?
I mean, just, y'all both have it pulled up somewhere on the screen, right? Am I?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So when they zoom in,
regular work skirt, bro.
I mean,
this is like I'm a psychiatrist, bro. I got a skirt on today.
I mean, but you can't do the stock.
That's a man thing. We do that.
No, I mean, no. She don't owe. You're absolutely right. Woman's right. She don't owe nothing. Like she don't owe nothing. But I know if I'm in this particular, I can't be pouring out my heart like that to you, baby. Like I'm trying to work through things, and then you just come up here with the come on, like you gotta.
So I want to ask again.
You think Melfi is using? You think she's using that? You think the fact she knows that Tony wants to get with her or at least hit? You think she's using that to her advantage?
Not at all. Nope.
Okay.
I just think that you're more conservative, and it's like I don't know. It's probably just Melfi, whatever. But it's like, what are you doing this for? Because it's like you
just dressing, bro. I didn't even like. What did she just say?
You're probably right. This is men. This is mansplaining. You're absolutely right,
bro. I just happen to have this on.
I mean, are you gonna do this next Thursday? Because I might cancel my session.
Women got to go through here.
They really do.
Got to go through a lot, man.
They do.
Like we sitting there as perms. Like we couldn't even be.
I mean, but come on.
I ain't even gonna say that I disagree with you. Like I don't even know if I could have
because think about you being vulnerable. And you're really talking about things, and she's just talking to you. You trying to stay focused eye to eye. And she just sitting there.
Fine.
You sitting there like, yeah. So last week, what was I talking about again? Like, come on, man.
She got the tight joint on today.
Yeah.
But that's it. But that means that you ain't there for the right reasons.
I'm there for the right reasons.
You just stumbled on it though, Rich. You like, damn, I ain't even really know you like that. Your profile picture didn't say this.
Yeah, this there. I thought you was
when I booked this session. I ain't really think you was
you had a head profile right here. Like
I know you was Drea Michelle,
bro.
I wasn't familiar with your game.
Yeah,
my bad.
Exactly.
I didn't know it was like that.
I ain't gonna lie. I think I kind of feel you on that, but I don't know how I would deal with a fine. Like I'm talking about fine.
Yeah, like you're attracted,
not partly fine, like real. I'm talking about real deal fine though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know.
You could probably even for me, you could probably be even fine on the subtle tip where it's like you ain't even trying.
I'm cool. I can make it happen.
Yeah, it's probably a personality thing.
I can do that.
But I mean, I probably would get over it after a few sessions. I get over it over a few sessions though. Like I've had people I've been cool with that. Like, okay, I'm over the fact. Oh, you look good. Boom, we over that. But yeah, but I don't know. I just this outfit was a little bit more something else. But moving past the Melfi fit, Tony keeps it real about Svetlana after he goes past his typical lying jargon. He says that she wanted to break things off with him, and he says, "I've been a miserable prick. I said it since day one." And Melfi asked, "Are you no longer interested in finding a way out?" And this is like this is a heavy scene, and this is a great scene that you'll miss if you don't come back to this episode, because this episode, I'm pretty sure it won't be a shocker for the rating of it, but she says, he's just still harping on the therapy thing. She's like, "So you don't want to find a way out?" And he pauses for a long time, then he said, "I guess not." What do y'all think about this scene? It's so much within it. And even bring it back to Svetlana line that she said about Americans.
Those are two separate good things right there. No, I guess not speaks to where he is in therapy right now. Like we said earlier, like, what am I doing this for? Like, I'm not trying to get out of the mob. I'm not trying to be a better person. Like, this was making me a better gangster in some senses of the word, as far as the information and the feedback that I was getting back. But even that's not helping me anymore. Look at the situation that happened with Ralph. So when she asked him, "Hey, are you still trying to get out?" He's like, "No, shit better than ever, to be honest with you. I don't even really know what I'm doing here anymore." So I think that was a good one. I'll let you and Rich tackle that before we get into the line about Americans, because I think that's separate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty much the we alluded to it earlier in the scene when he started talking about he's finished with therapy. We're getting to that finish line, and this is even with him. I love how the scene was set up to where Tony was kind of assessing himself. And he comes in with a lie. He's talking about this lie, and then he stops him and says, "You know what? This is bullshit. Like, this is what really happened." He's trying to put all these pieces together, which is anybody who's going to therapy knows. A lot of times, therapy is you talking your own shit out. Like, sometimes you work it out yourself without your therapist really having to provide too much input. And that's exactly what was going on there. And he just couldn't. He's just that beauty of understanding. I'm doing all of this, and here's this woman with one leg. He even makes a reference like, I feel like I cut her leg off. This woman in the world that I live in is supposed to be beneath me, but yet and still she's turning me down. Like, I don't even understand what the whole purpose of all this shit is anymore. Me being soft, excuse me being, this American as she mentions, and always expecting things to go right, or being shocked when things go bad. It's one of those moments where it's like, if I was just the old school Tony Soprano, the mob guy, like, there's no way she would have turned down my pen. Like, she would have been kept fucking with me. She would have saw that masculine energy or whatever you want to in me. This therapy is actually might be tweaking me off, and it might be pushing me away from the person I need to be to survive in the life that I live. And I think he kind of looked at it from that perspective. Like, he can't understand how, and that's some, we talked about mansplaining earlier. That's like real major male dickhead energy. When you can't understand why a woman won't fuck with me, especially when you think like, nigga, I'm doing you a favor if I get with you.
With me?
Yeah, like, 'cause we all have that ego. Like, what you mean you ain't fucking with me? Like, I'm the one that you shouldn't even feel comfortable coming to me like that.
I should be pushing you away, right?
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
damn, I'm going through all this, and I'm going through all this therapy, man. This shit making me weak, man. That should make me soft. Like, nah, I'm cool. I don't have anything tangible to take away from none of this shit. Like, I'm done. Let me get back to the old Tony.
She said something really dope in that little monologue that she had. Like, when we're not constantly having to put out fires, we can really delve into the
sources of
who
our
you
pain
are.
and truth.
Yeah, who you are. And I think that's the main thing about therapy. Like, you go there to put out fires, you have relationship problems or problems within, with self-esteem, whatever it may be that you're there for. But when you get to a point when you put those fires out, I think most people like to stop going, like Tony is trying to do now. But like Melfi is trying to explain to him, no, this is when the work starts, nigga. Now we get to figure out who you are without all of that other stuff hanging over you, or you having these anxiety attacks. We get to really dive into the effective work. And I think it's really dope that they showed this, as far as David Chase's perspective and the creators, that he was resisting that. I'm not here for the real work. The surface shit was good for me. I just want the surface problems fixed.
Yeah. And the optimism's going. When you go into it, you have an optimism about, like, all right, man, maybe I can look like this at the other end of it. And now it's like he said it, man, I'm just a fat fucking crook from New Jersey. Like that's what it is. Like here we are sitting trying to figure out what this bigger meaning of life is. At the end of the day, this is what I am. This is what I'm going to be until I leave here. So as soon as I accept that and stop trying to make it something else and look for this,
I'll feel better.
you know, these other meanings and come to you for this advice, like I'll you know, it's going to be what it is.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I'm accepting life for what it is.
Yeah, it's a tough thing.
Not for what I want it to be.
Because you know we all first watch, obviously maybe even second watch, the hope that we have for Tony before we get to season 6. You know, the hope that we have. These are moments where it's that that teetering. Like that's why that line for me just stands out so much, where she just says, "You're no longer interested in finding a way out," and it was just like, wow. And he was just like, I guess not. And in everything y'all said as far as Svetlana and the happiness, Americans expect to be happy, and everybody else never expects to be happy. And so their perspective on everything is different. And I talked about it on Another Week in Books at one point. My perspective of what life is has flipped, being life is happy with moments of sadness. My mindset kind of flipped where actually life is sad with moments of happiness. So that's my perspective, but that's a deeper conversation that we've had on Another Week in the Books. But yeah, just heavy scene. Very, very good. And I do
Very
think and I want, and Rich, if you're okay with this, we're getting close to the finale, and there was a possibility that the show could have ended at season 4. There was a possibility the show could have ended at season 5, and then of course we know at 6 it did. When we get there, if you don't mind looking that up, like what the ending would have been at season 4, because I've seen this somewhere, and it's very interesting and dope because this keeps feeling like this therapy feels like they were still teetering, because even season 2, remember how long he went before the therapy came back into it? Like Carmela had to tell him, like, you need to go back to therapy because you tripping on Big P, you tripping on your homeboys, you mad around the house, you tripping, so but that's something I would like to look into to kind of maybe tie this in of David Chase's thinking, because it seemed like he's building towards a close on the therapy. So until of course we keep going forward. So
I got you.
I thought it was dope. The American part, as far as that's what America sells, the American dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So that speaks to her point of Americans are the only people that expect to be happy. Mm-hmm. No other place in the world sells the American dream like we do. You can come here, you can be successful. That's why people try to get here year after year at different borders, illegally, legally, whatever it may be. So I thought that was a very interesting thing to talk to. And you said something interesting that I'd like to know as viewers of you two guys. What was your hope as a viewer from Tony? Like, if this had been the last session, would that have been cool with you? Like, were you expecting him to go to therapy and be a better person, or were you expecting him to one day end it like he did right here? Because that was a really good point that you brought up, Mo. Like, what was the end result of this?
It was in line for me. It was in line for me. We saw early on what Tony's objective was in therapy. So for him to one day, and rightfully so, for him to be rejected by someone he felt wasn't worthy of rejecting him and just throwing in the towel. Like you said, Spike, you weren't here for the heavy lifting anyway. You were here to put out the fires. So it makes sense with Tony's character. Do I want more? Absolutely. But would I have accepted that as the ending? Yeah, because that's all I expected Tony to get from it anyway. I never expected him to have his aha moment and switch anything up. Like, he is a fat fucking prick from New Jersey. Like that, at the end of the day, no matter what he learns in therapy, is not going to help him with his internal issues because he's not willing to put in that work. So I'd have been cool with that.
I will say, before I say my expectation, I would say that if this was the ending, it would have been better. For those that have seen The Sopranos, yeah, I know how things ended with Melfi and Tony. Spoiler alert, is trash. However, if this was it, I would have been cool with that. If this was the way in, like just quite like drop off like that, because that would have been Soprano style, like no extra nothing. Then you almost got to run back the buildup of the break off. But how I would have liked what I wanted from Tony out of this, I kind of wanted him to find a way to. He wanted to retire at some point in the mob life, so I would hope that he would try to be the man he intended to be. Try to be a certain way as a father. Try to scale back and be a certain way as a husband. Like trying to figure out how to get there and really actually stick with those things so that he can go that way. But of course, the condition and who he is and his environment, obviously he'll never be that. But I was hoping for what he intended in the moments he was trying to make those adjustments. I was hoping that it would stick and land, but it didn't quite curl over. So that's what I was hoping for.
Nice.
So Melfi, hold on, make sure I ain't skipping nothing. Okay, so yeah, Tony leaves, no foul, no fault. Tony leaves out, and he does something that only him as a patient could get away with Melfi. She wants to shake his hand, and gives her a kiss on the cheek. No, or did he just? Okay, yeah. So he gave her a kiss on the cheek. Yeah. Okay, I had to make sure he didn't just rub her face. I couldn't remember. Okay, and then he just walks off, and she takes her glasses off, and she calls Elliot immediately, her therapist. What was? But she looks like she almost like was emotional or something. What do y'all think this was? Because I gotta know this. This was such an interesting. They don't elaborate. I don't feel like. So what was this? Melfi calling her therapist immediately about guess who left, calling our cars, whatever.
What do you mean as far as Melfi's concerned? Like, I mean, that's what she wakes up for in the morning, to have a session with Tony Soprano. This is gonna change her life drastically from a professional, not even from a professional. She's calling Elliot because she needs to talk to him personal. It's not like Elliot's a professional colleague where he can just bounce. She can bounce ideas off of. That's her therapist. Like, this is something that's affecting me and how I go about my life and how I go about my job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wasn't expecting. I still have work to do on Tony Soprano. He's not letting me. That's her biggest thing.
Yeah, I agree with. Excuse me. I agree with Rich. I took this as I failed. I was so into this. This was so like at the top of my list. What I woke up for every day. This was like something in my professional career that I would have hung my hat on. I treated Tony Soprano, and for him to bail out like this before I felt like I really got to treat him, like she said, and the title of this episode, Calling All Cars. This is an emergency. I need help. As Rich said, personal or even from a therapeutic standpoint, where we're doing it on a therapist patient type level, I am sending out the APB to I have failed a mission. And I do not like to fail missions because I am Jennifer Melfi and I'm really good at this. And I thought that I was going to be able to do this, but I wasn't. And now it seems like my prize case is gone. Calling all cars. APB, help. It's an emergency.
Mm-hmm. I think y'all both said good things. I take it a whole nother way. Kind of a little bit what you were saying, Rich, as far as like I wake up in the morning for this, but I think that what's the alternative? Like, as crazy as it is, when we got past Employee of the Month, and her having that session with Elliot saying that, oh, no, I'm not going to break the social construct, but I can't lie and say that I don't find certain satisfaction out of knowing that if I wanted to, I can have him squashed like a bug. So that satisfaction of what Tony is to her, like, I can make that call. I never do it because I'm a civilian and I'm professional. I would never do, but knowing that there's a certain comfort even in this wildness, maybe even a childlike thing that she looks at him as in some ways. There's a comfort and familiarity with him and what he serves in her life. Think about it. What's her alternative? You go home, and who you go home to? Richard? Dry Richard. That never made you feel protected, they bring no excitement in your life, never made you, man, come on. Like, yeah, so it's probably benefited her almost equally as it has Tony. So very interesting call. Yeah, very interesting.
It's all a big nothing, man.
It's all a big nothing. What makes you so special? We go here, Janice.
Sick work by Janice.
Yeah, does a computer prank on.
I'm this old. Well, I remember these messages.
I definitely remember these messages. I remember Max Payne
right here. Yes,
I remember the Max Payne video game. Yeah, that whole setup looks extremely familiar.
That AOL log on, dial up, like instant messaging, age, sex, location. Like I'm this old. I remember this.
Age, sex, location.
Oh, Max Payne. Yeah,
man.
I remember Max Payne. Yeah, we had that. Definitely
Yeah,
had that.
man.
You would go in different chat rooms, had a joint. Yeah, you get the different
Some
joints.
chat room days. They need a documentary on chat
Yo, the
rooms.
chat room.
They
Give
do.
us a podcast, a podumentary. Like, give us one of
That
those.
shit
Yeah.
was different.
I know they got
That
the
shit
Freak
was
Niggas
different,
documentary.
bro.
They need them early days. I remember I had
The early
this
AOL
thing called
days.
I had this thing called Web TV.
I remember that Dro had that. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, if anybody remembers Web TV, man, like just the way you can just hop in these chat rooms, it was
Oh yeah.
Facts.
man, that shit would
It
be
was
sick today
different.
because yeah, you just
Nasty.
it
was
wasn't off.
different.
Nobody was
Yeah.
looking over it, man.
Yeah,
Nobody was
bro.
looking through to see who you was talking
It was
to.
different,
Man, you had
man.
no idea who you was talking to on
Dude.
them chat lines.
Wild
Jesus, it
West
was
back
different.
then, bro. Like no
Yeah,
Nah, it
tracking,
really
nothing.
was, man.
That's crazy.
And you
Good
go in the
times.
major chat room, and then you might link up with somebody you might fuck
It
with.
wasn't no going
Then
viral or no shit like that.
yeah, man. Like I said, you might meet somebody in the major chat room, and then y'all have the side conversation. So now every day you go home, you come home from school, then I get a message from such and such. Yeah, man.
Yeah, like you got some
Well,
like
nothing better when you got some new messages.
That was some internet dating right there.
Facts,
little,
Oh man, what a time to be alive!
What a time, bro! I'm so glad I got to be here at this
Yeah.
time in this country at all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Man, thank you, man. I don't get me started on nostalgia. Nostalgia podcast coming soon. But yeah, pretty much that's it. Janice, pranks him with the Vlad 3-6, rising damp, whatever. Tony goes to Florida. Anything I want to add to that?
I was gonna park here.
Okay.
What made him think that? I never really got this watching it any of the times through.
Mm-hmm.
Going to talk to Lil Carmine, did he think that he had Carmine Sr.'s ear more than Johnny Sack did? Like I never really got why we.
Me too.
Of course, from a show standpoint, you're introducing a new character for later on down the line. But in the world of Tony Soprano, as we like to do it, I never really got the importance of Carmine Jr. Like I know he's not as powerful as Johnny, and I almost understand that his dad think he's a dipshit, which is why he's in Miami. If he wasn't, he'd be up in New York helping him run the business. But I still take time out as Tony Soprano to go try to influence him to talk to his dad about what I want done. Like I never really understood why Tony thought that would work.
I'm with you.
I think it was one of those situations where I don't have any other alternative. Like I might as well turn over every rock. You know what I mean? Leave no stone unturned. Like if it's an option, why not? I'm already the worst case scenario from this is I'm still gonna be in the same position I'm in already.
Or that Johnny don't trust me no more, though, right? Because now Johnny may look at it like, well, you trying to go down and talk to this dude?
I would have said that. I would have said that, Spike, if it wasn't for at the end of his and Carmine's meeting, him saying like my next call is Johnny Sack. I don't want him feeling blindsided. I think that was always going to be in the plan. Like either way, I'm going to make sure John knows because I don't. For that reason alone, Spike, I don't want it to look like no funny business.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might have your feelings about me coming down here, but I'm telling you up front before you hear from anybody else. This is what happened.
I went down here to go holler.
Yeah, because y'all motherfuckers ain't. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers ain't leaving me no choice. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I've tried to reasonably. I already don't think I owe you anyway. Tried to reasonably. Like, we're so far apart. 40% and 5.5, man. Like, we got some ground to make up.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to see what options I can lay in.
I always feel like this gave little Carmine too much validation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know, like
yeah, he not really
this is the first episode that we've been introduced to him. Like,
is he even a made guy?
I don't know.
Little Carmine, I'd imagine so.
Yeah, please, man, hit us up. Good Earner Pod _Sopranos. Is Little Carmine a made guy?
I don't think. Yeah, he's got to be. He's got to be because with things that transpire next season, he's got to be a made guy. He's got to be a made guy.
Okay, we'll revisit that. But anybody, if y'all have a clue, y'all hit us up a Good Earner Pod.
If he wasn't, matter of fact, if he wasn't a made guy, Tony would not even be on that plane, bro. Right. He wouldn't even go down there. He's got to be.
So he a made guy, but his dad's like he a dimwit. So he's like he brought him over, but okay, got you.
He exactly what AJ would be if AJ would have followed his dad's footsteps.
Yeah, I'm gonna move through a few.
Like, motherfucker, don't even be around here. Like just go to Florida, go hang out somewhere,
way out there, like they did Ralph.
Yeah.
So we'll go through a few scenes and y'all just add to what y'all see fit. Junior's in court. Still on trial. Janice gets a call from Bobby, and what's this? Is this the ZD scene?
Yeah,
The
big city scene.
scene. Okay, I ain't gonna speed over that. Some people say this is the evilest, thing, but I think it's just so funny because Janice knew this was in there a grip ago when she was like taking all of the wives' food and putting it in the freezer and feeding and heating it up. She knew it was there, but remember he's like, "No, I'm not ready for that yet."
So a couple times, so she
so she brought that ZD out like to finish him.
A lot of the comments are saying he was a made guy.
Okay, cool.
He gotta be
because he was in line to take over.
I got you. Okay,
so he had to be a made guy.
Okay, man, that's gonna change the lenses of everything for me. But anything I want to add to the junior court scene or the Janice ZD?
Brilliance again by Janice, man, brilliance. I just think that the way she slow walked this thing down the whole episode, like it was almost like it was planned out. Like she was gonna deal with this phase of grief here, deal with this phase of grief here, deal with the last phase here, where she's cooking the ziti and finally getting it out. But her patience and her the precision that she executed this plan with, persistence, like it was this was brilliance by Janice throughout the whole episode, bro.
Facts. That's pretty much what it comes down to, man. And what she was saying, what helps her situation is what she's saying isn't wrong.
Yeah,
like it really is our own narcissism that makes us think that the ones who have moved on the transition even care
about you.
Yeah, man. Like nobody. All of this is for the people who are left, not for the people who are gone. They already at peace with whatever they need to be at peace with.
Yeah.
And then finally, because they've been teasing this ZD the whole season, not just this episode, the whole season. So to finally get to that point where Bobby's ready to eat the ziti, that lets you know he's ready to move on with life. And that means that Janice is officially, I'm officially the one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like how she looked in the fridge first.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. She
knew she was
it.
wondering what they were going to eat. Like, man,
she sold it.
Ziti in the oven, bro.
She sold it. God, she sold it, bro. Like, let me see what's in here. Oh, we should look at this. Like, come on, bro.
She didn't force his hand either.
The look she gave him.
Yeah.
When he said that's Karen Ziti, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let you think about everything I've been telling you all episode. Brilliance.
She killed it, bro.
He got the glory. Hey, Bobby got the glory tear coming down.
Bro,
like,
that glory tear is crazy.
That's funny.
That's a glory tear. All right,
That's
let me keep moving, bro.
right
We running this thing, but
the glory tear is hilarious.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm like, come on.
I'm thinking about the meme now, like the meme.
for real. Like that's definitely
shit.
But Tony and Carmine, John's a protagonist. What do you say? Protagonist, but he's a greedy nigga. Basically, what he said. He's a greedy mother. Like and Tony says that he came on his turf and tried to take his Moulignan. And is he talking about Maurice?
Yeah. We don't see it, but yeah.
Crazy. This is my Moulignan. Call it in black for he tried to take my Moulignan. Try to take my moolie. He's so racist, silly, bro.
You know what? This is a flaw that I have in this is because I didn't really understand that little Carmine, like when I just looked it up when we were asking about this, and now that I'm looking at it, it makes sense now, but I never really understood it as a viewer without doing any research. I didn't know that Carmine was in line to take over after his dad died. I would have thought it was Johnny.
See, that's why I don't understand.
Like, I always thought it would have been Johnny, but that's his son, and his son is made, so his son would have took over. I'm assuming, even though he's in Miami. But us looking at it as viewers, I would have always thought that the number 2 in line behind Carmine is Johnny.
I think they did that on purpose. Remember, this is the first time we even meet little Carmine.
Right. And now we looking at him, and I'm like, well, what this dude? Why? Like again, like I asked earlier, why we even care? Like, why would Tony even go talk to this dude? But now that I'm reading this stuff, since I just Googled him when we said it, like he's number 2. Like if something happened to Carmine, he would have been the guy in charge.
Yeah, little Carmine, I'm the man. Yeah, and that leads to it, man.
So like, really, John is like
they didn't do a good job. They did not do a good job of like you have
because John is more like a consigliere, almost like it seems like that's more of his role. which naturally will make us feel like, okay, well, just like Silvio, he's the number 2 going to be number 1 if something happens to Tony. We would feel that way about John. But if you're saying like Little Carmine's in line for it, but he's in Miami, which is like Miami's not really the place for the mobster. They use Miami as like a vacate spot. Like they don't really. I mean, they get some business. They got some rackets running, but that ain't really like they get.
Can't be 2 in Miami.
Yeah, they ain't 2 in Miami, bro.
2 nigga, you in Miami. Like
so that you're right about
with
that.
us, or you ain't in the line of succession at all. I don't think they really did a good job of showing.
Let's keep a close look on it. You know what?
I got so much I want to say, but if I say it, we're gonna step on season 5.
Spoil it.
Okay.
Yeah. Early season 5, we get shit popping.
Alluding to, Rich, a lot of what happened in 5 has to do with what we're talking about now.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I don't want
a lot of the conversation is around.
I know what you're saying.
Like, nah, you got me fucked up.
I almost would tell you.
I don't know why you here.
We need to find out probably, and y'all listeners hit us up. Like, how does the pecking order work in the mob?
Well, this is it. The pecking order is his son is too, especially if he's a made man. That's the pecking order. It don't matter about the concealed area. Like, it's similar to like what I read just now while we was talking, like John Gotti Jr.
Yeah, right.
Like his son was in line and like people gave him respect, but it was just because he was John Gotti Jr.'s son. It wasn't because he had the experience of other people. Exactly. Mm-hmm. We looking at this as viewers and we like, well, obviously number 2 is John. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like why wouldn't Johnny Sack be 2? Like, who is this dude in Miami? Like, why are we even talking to him? That's my thought process as a viewer looking at this, but digging deeper into it, it's like, okay, well, he's already named his son as the successor. The reason that Tony is even acknowledging this and going to talk to him because Tony knows that his son is number 2 and not John.
Dang, they giving John the Uncle Junior treatment.
It took a long time for me to understand that, though. Yeah,
that's crazy. They giving the Uncle Junior treatment, bro. Like, you thought you was. That's crazy.
I'd be offended if I was John. Like,
I definitely would. Well, we'll see later. Like, so it almost when we think about John's later play, it almost seemed like he was going for the 2 for
me, bro.
Like I can't just do one. I got to do both. It almost seemed like that's. I got to look at that closely when we get there. As far as like, okay.
It makes that stuff a lot more interesting now.
Yeah, it do. It absolutely does. And great pull for the John Gotti reference. My Moulignon. Bobby and Janice, they eat the ziti, and it's like he's just taking it all in, and she's eating it with him.
You try to get done with that shit, like get this shit out of here.
Yeah, pretty much. We get Tony's dream. We see a leg. We see Ralph. We see a house that has a shadow figure that resembles Livia. And then we get Tony that has another accent. I don't know if this is supposed to be an Italian accent or if this is some other accent. I don't know what they were going for here. It just feels out of place. It feel like if y'all were gonna do this, y'all should have threw this at the front with the driving dream sequence. To me, like it just like putting it at, you know what I mean? Like they should have just ran it together. Like I don't know why they put it at the end.
And it was fresh off the last. Like it didn't even make sense coming off the last scene. Like what the fuck was this?
And he was in Miami, and then like next thing you know, we're in the.
And now we all letting this nigga in overalls and shit. Like what the fuck is happening?
Please, y'all listeners, explain this to us. Not and it's. We don't really.
I think it was a dream that he had while in Miami. I understand.
Yeah, well, which is that, but it's like he had a dream in Jersey, he had a dream in Miami. What are they trying to tell us? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, please, you know, if y'all want to explain something, please tell us what it is.
This house comes back up though. This house looks really familiar.
It looked like the one house.
Yep.
John, I ain't gonna say much.
It looks like that house.
Mo, make sure when you do the edit on this, make sure you put that Jim Jones Summer in Miami in the background. When we do all the little Carmine scenes. Yeah, man. The Jim Jones Trey songs.
Yeah.
The Summer in Miami. You went outside, man. Never mind.
Nah, here you go.
Mo, you don't know that song?
Nah.
Bottles in the air, bottles everywhere.
Y'all listen to Jim Jones. That's crazy.
What a time to be alive.
Bro, you had to be outside. You wouldn't have had no choice. That's right before balling, Jim Jones.
That's really crazy. Man.
Oh, man, you wasn't outside for the.
Hold
on, time out. You wasn't outside for the Dipset era.
I'm so glad y'all got better music now. Good.
Hold on, time out. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on, real quick. Were you not outside for the diplomatic immunity volume 1, volume 2 era?
I mean, I know the old boy. I mean,
I'm
I know
ready.
the,
I
like,
know it, and I'm outside is different.
no, I wasn't outside. No,
That's
not at
different.
all.
okay,
Okay.
all right.
Not
That's
for
why.
that.
That's
Like,
why. There's certain things that Dipset
You
area.
had
If
to
you
be
went
there,
outside
man.
for it, you wouldn't have
nah, I wouldn't.
understood.
Only East Coast
No
is like 50 for
disrespect,
me.
no knocking to
No,
you or
only East
anything,
Coast
but
is
you
50 for me.
had to
Like,
be there.
as far as like
Yes,
like
you had to be
invested,
there.
I'm like 50.
Cam was
Ja.
different.
I mean, we talking
Cam
regular.
don't get the respect he deserved. He was different.
Who
Like,
That
Cam?
Dipset anthem, bro. When that
Cam
shit
was
came out,
different.
I
Cam was
really mean
really
it.
different. Like when he was out, like if you was outside when Cam was like that old boy era, like he was
Had
different.
everybody
No, I
wearing
mean,
pink.
yeah, we definitely wore the pink. Well, somebody else had us wearing pink too, but I ain't gonna bring him up because we kind of, yeah. But yeah, man.
Okay. Talking about
Boy, see, he got it, boy. He got it.
because of the
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it, boy. That Spike good, boy. He got it right over one guess, boom, just like that. Yeah, he could, boy. Because I remember we
It's
seen that.
time
It
to-
was like, oh, I definitely. Had
It's time to hey Mo, keep it moving, man. Don't
the
even
pink South Pole.
Don't
Had
even
the South
reminisce.
Pole.
Don't even
All
don't even
Nah,
reminisce on
y'all
them
opened
days.
up this with Cameron, so now y'all got to deal with
Yeah,
it.
but we was talking about Cam. We want to talk
We
about the
just
other
let
niggas.
people know, man. When you was outside when Cam was popping, it was different. It was different, man.
Mhm.
Cam was a different dude, bro.
Yeah, I mean, anyways, I ain't gonna go there, but yeah.
Nah, Cam was a different dude.
Now, stop playing. Put us on deck. Let's have this conversation.
We can do that.
Nah, well, yeah, Tony's dream, and then Tony wakes up and he's in Miami, and we see a red light. I don't know, and then we see him, and he's looking out to this beautiful view of Miami, which is just a great view.
Fountain Blue, man. What famous movie was shot at the Fountain Blue, Mo? In the 80s.
Scarface?
Yes, sir.
Oh, damn. Okay, I'm surprised I got it right. Wow.
Yeah, Fountain Blue was nice.
I thought it was almost about
early
was that
revolt.
70s? Yeah.
A lot of the early revolt days from On Deck was at the Fountain Blue. Like that's what they had.
Oh, that's fire.
Like, yeah,
It's fly too.
It is, man. That's a dope ass hotel.
New money. I found the Fountain of Youth. I'm headed to Miami to fuck up the Fountain Blue. Shout out to Hove, man.
Mm-hmm.
I just might bring in some girls from Miami to heat up the sun. That's where the stunning.
Nah, of course you bring some Drake in, man.
I mean, come on, man. You know, hey, what are you gonna do? But that is our episode, man. We thank y'all for tuning in. That has been Calling All Cars. But before we get out of here, of course, we have to do it traditionally, our classic style. We giving out good earning chains every episode. But before we do that, how do you rank this episode, Spike Lou?
This is just another envelope.
Okay. What say you, Rich?
Just 1,000%. Just another envelope, man. Motherfucking envelope it ain't even closed all the way, man. That shit tore it open. Somebody done peeked through the mail and try to close it back up like they didn't. Yeah, it's one of them envelopes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like you have a rough week, you was sick.
Yeah.
You didn't get to hit none of your normal spots and get like, what's up?
Same, just another envelope. And I want y'all brothers to keep in mind, y'all have access to the sheet when we get to the end of the series. I want y'all to be able to tell me the best episode of this season and the worst. So obviously y'all be able to see y'all ranking where y'all have just another envelope and y'all be able to.
I know my best already.
Okay.
Yeah, my most entertaining episode easily. For sure.
Who gets a good earning chain for you this episode, Spike Lou?
Janice. Masterful performance by Janice, man. Masterful performance. And it wasn't even just for her. It moves a lot along with Bobby. It moves a lot along with that plot of having Bobby around. Like this made like a lot of stuff make sense. So give me Janice.
Wow. What about you, Rich? Who getting a good earning chain? Janice.
Same. Janice easily. Masterclass on. She ain't just strong arming, man. It was very. I don't know if I would have given it to her if it was a strong arm performance. It was very.
Right.
She gave him his space to make his own decision. It was almost like she was his therapist, in a sense. You know what I mean? Throughout this entire episode, and by the end of it, he made decisions based off what he wanted to do because her voice was in his head, and she was right. Like that's the biggest thing I want to make sure we give credit to Janice for. Like as cold as you might consider it, or as callous as you might consider it, she was absolutely right. She wasn't telling a lie.
I was thinking about going AJ just because he got off what he wanted to get off regardless, and ain't no repercussions coming from it. But I'm gonna do it for the one scener, man. And I really want to give it to Melfi because I love the work she did this episode. But I'm gonna go Svetlana, man. The only person that told the boss like I'm good, love. Yeah, I'm good, beloved.
That's a good one. That's a good one, though.
Yeah, it's like she got that off with no problem, and after everything plays out, she still won't have no repercussions. So I gotta give it to Svetlana just for that, like just telling Tony, like, yeah, you good, bro, but I'm good.
I'm good.
Who gets the Broken Balls Award, Spike Lou?
Broken Balls Award. Whew. I would say Paulie.
Oh, really?
They skeptical of Paulie. Like we don't know if we got a not. Like you ain't really on the inner circle anymore. Like we can't just have conversations like we need to while you around. I gotta ask my mans about what you think about your boy. Like you think he talking too much, or this might have played out with him doing this, that, and the third. Like once niggas start speculating like that about you, it takes a lot to bounce back for him. So I'm gonna say Paulie.
Okay. What about you, Rich?
Calling all cars. Dr. Melfi.
Dang.
Dr. Melfi get the Broken Balls Award, man. She reached the point where she finally, and I've never been a therapist, so I never will be. But I can only imagine. I am a human being, and I can only imagine trying to help someone. And you get through all the heavy lifting, you get through the real shit. Like you get to the point where, all right, man, we didn't got this person to a point where they can actually start improving their life. And now they get to that point, and they just say, "Fuck it, I don't want to do this no more." Like just that, it's very narcissistic for her to even have that. I'm sure that's unhealthy. I'm sure that's probably something they teach therapists. Like, don't get attached to that degree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure even Elliot even mentioned that to her throughout one of these episodes. But for her to be that close and to have somebody like Tony who gives her life, like it's not just another patient for her.
Yeah.
And to lose that, especially after 4 years of work. Yeah, man, you could tell right away. She went immediately to that phone and called Elliot to schedule an appointment.
Good. That's a good call. I'm going low hanging fruit here, man. I'm surprised neither one of you brothers said it. Vic the Appraiser, man. He got he got whipped on both sides. Like I don't know what team I'm playing for. I gotta look out my window. I can't sit in my rocking chair, drink coffee. Man, Vic the Appraiser, man. He got whipped.
R.I.P. Shotty Low, man. Must be two sides.
Two sides. And lastly, Spike Lou, what is your favorite moment from this episode?
My favorite moment from this episode is that it's the scene between Tony and Seal, and they're talking on the phone about the trip to Miami. And they're trying to plot out like where are the chinks in the armor right now. It's way too important for us to assume that it's not Paulie. So let's have the conversation about if it is Paulie, and let's move accordingly. Like we're not accusing them of nothing, but we do have to be cautious enough as gangsters to know that it could be this. And them working through that and figuring out that Paulie doesn't need to go to Miami with them. That was my favorite scene.
Really good. What about you, Rich? Your favorite moment?
Going back to my broken balls, man. Tony adiosing on therapy.
Oh, so the
second coming to that realization. The second therapy session, yeah, man. Tony realizing, goes in with the lie, something we've heard before, I broke this girl's heart, blah, blah, blah. Then finally realizing, you know what? Nah, they ain't happening like that. And then kind of putting all the pieces together. He's been alluding to it that this isn't working for me. That was the final straw for him. I'm Tony Soprano. Like, and never in the world did I imagine somebody like Svetlana would be turning me down and telling me, as you said, Mo, I'm good, love. I don't know what this is doing for me, but it's not taking me to the places I thought it would. I don't have any kind of immediate fires to put out. And the things that I've learned throughout therapy, I've now equipped myself with to put those fires out on my own. I don't have to come and talk to you about every single scenario because now I know how to deal with it. In less words, there's nothing I need you for right now. Your services are no longer needed. That's like paying a lawyer. Well, that's not a good example, but like a Godfather reference, man. Like I don't need a wartime consigliere. It's not wartime. I don't need that. Like it's cool.
Yeah, great.
I need somebody else that can help me out in this part of my life. So yeah, I thought that was because that's a very, and we didn't talk about it in the when we discussed the scene, but that's a very, you knew that time was coming as a viewer. As a viewer, I think the show was really smart for that because at some point you're going to ask yourself, like, how long are you going to be in therapy before you start seeing some shit. And so for him, that's how real life would go. Like, yo, I'm cool.
Yeah. I was gonna go with that too. Just from I love the emotional. I really love the emotional exhibitions that they put on the show, especially just the kiss on the cheek and her immediately calling Elliot. But I'm gonna go with the introduction of Little Carmine, man. Little Carmine, he's just an interesting character, funny character to me. I get genuine joy when I see him come on screen because he just he's just one of those people that we will get more into his development, but he's a very fun character for me. He's not Ralph level fun, but he's a fun character to me just from his personality, and he's very genuine, and that's what I do like about Little Carmine. He's a genuine character. But the introduction in whole Miami, I wish we got more scenes in Miami, but it is what it is. And that is our episode, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. It's good to be back. We delivered y'all another episode for the family. Y'all can hit us up, goodearnerpod@gmail.com. Also, goodearnerpod_Sopranos on Instagram. Y'all have questions, y'all can hit us up there. Theories, if y'all just want to compliment the show. Hey, Apple, we definitely appreciate the 5 stars and comments, all that. We'll read it on air. We appreciate y'all reaching.
About it. Yeah, tell people that
tell people, tell a friend.
Sopranos. Tell them.
Let them be a supporter of ours.
I'm gonna say, no matter what, all the subscriptions and the comments are nice, but the number one way to grow a podcast still is word of mouth. Mm-hmm. So tell a friend to tell a friend, please, man. We appreciate y'all for listening, but we know there's more Sopranos fans that y'all love out there. Pass this along.
If they have seen it, if they have not seen it, if they've seen it and need to rewatch it, just tell them this is an enjoyable companion to the show.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of the perfect time for me, because if they like me, I'm the type that's gonna rewatch the show. Like, I'm gonna watch the episode and listen to the pod. Rewatch.
That's me.
So
that's
the
me.
fact that we're 4 seasons wrapping up season 4, they got plenty of time to even be. Yeah, absolutely, man. This is like the perfect time.
By the time we finish this, you should be like right on par with finishing it and catching it. Yeah,
that's the objective, is to be a follow along podcast. I got other podcasts like that for me, so that is our objective. Is I have the perfect. I have to listen to them, even if I don't like the episode of Soprano, because I don't know what they're going to say next. So we thank y'all, man. Y'all go on YouTube as well, man. Subscribe there. Y'all want to see the visual? Y'all can go there as well if that's your preference. But we're everywhere you can find podcasts. Appreciate y'all listening, and remember, don't forget about it.